Eons ago, well, actually, not that long ago, a group of strangers were given a task by a tiefling woman. Little did they know that that task would send them on such a journey that it would transform them from strangers to family. And in one case, from a bird into a halfling. But we haven't got much time for the details, so let's just cut to the chase. Raja the Red, a lone desert sandwalker who specializes in demons and the undead. Lash Izzle, a former Kenku turned halfling thief who lost her flock. Carlias Drex, a dwarven bounty hunter used to doing things his own way. He's also being hunted by an ancient green dragon, but we don't talk about that. Walter Benthy, a shaman half-elf with ties to magic beyond his understanding. He wasn't here for the whole journey, but he was there when it mattered. Arden Scojar, a prudent Fearbulk cleric. Wait, what? He's a what now? Oh, well, I guess we'll have to see later what's going on with this one. Their journey took them out on the great plains of Dust Vale, a Wild West desert wasteland. Disjointed cities and towns loosely tied together by a fledgling empire and a set of train tracks. Our heroes, if you can call them that, were given a simple task, delivering an orb. From there they encountered vampires, dragons, banshees, and monsters beyond count. They got some mysterious tattoos, ventured into the Underdark, and ventured hastily back out again. They solved a murder. Well, they didn't, but they think they did. So that's okay. They traveled across the desert and saw a town swallowed whole by it. They explored an ancient temple that turned out to be an ancient laboratory. And they fought a villain, and they created a god. It seemed like the end, but their journey was never truly complete. Let us join them now, a small while after they thwarted one evil, as they are tasked once more to thwart another. Welcome to Dust Vale, Desert Snow.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Table Stories Dust Vale. Actually on Table Story this time. Wow! Welcome back everybody. I hope that you enjoyed the little recap there. I hope it jogged your memories if you needed your memories jogging, and if you're new to this channel or you've not seen any of Dust Vale before, there's as close to a spoiler-free kind of recap as I could kind of do without getting into any specifics.
Yeah, that was a really good Connor or Brad voice, Connor. That was good.
He did a really good impression of me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was sat there when I was making it. I was like, shall I get Connor to do it? And I was like, no, I'm not going to overburden him with this stupid thing that could take me 2 minutes. So I just went, I'll do an impression kind of Connor instead, and do eons ago, since it's such a meme every week on Darkfire. Welcome back, cast. Look at this. We're back together again.
Look at our holiday overlay. Look how icy.
It's all icy and cold. Ooh.
Yeah.
I miss this music so much.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. I forgot about it entirely until you put it on like 5 minutes ago, and I was like,
Yes.
It's my
Give me more.
It's my beginning of the stream music. It's been a while. So we started
I can't hear the song either.
See?
It's been a while.
James!
It's been a
while.
Since I first saw it. See,
No! You're bad people. Stop it.
So, we started this campaign on the 25th of May, 2017, and we concluded it on the 5th of July of this year, 2018. And none of us have spoken to any of each other since.
Nope.
There was a massive falling out 1 minute after we ended the last episode. Nobody spoke to each other again until right now.
We're just doing the reunion tour because we need the money.
Just the
that's what it
reunion
is.
tour.
Reunion tour. Plain and
How
simple.
have you all been, peeps? I've seen Jay and Tuesday and Connor on rank tags. You guys don't care.
we only ran another campaign.
I only want to know. I only want to know what Tenchi and Fairlight have been up to. What you been doing? Where you been?
Well, to be fair, like I don't even talk to my own family. I don't even talk to Allie, and I live with her. I think
That's streamer life.
I've seen her once in the past 3 months. So, but yeah, no, I've just been living the variety stream dream.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Fun times, like passing ships in the night with other people, but seeing thousands of people on a screen. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing being a streamer because you
playing
think you're
Smash
super social,
Brothers.
but you're kind of not.
Specifically to trigger Jay, I've been playing Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
I'm glad
it's
you
been
heard
working.
that rant there while your audio was broken because watching you fucking beat that level in 2 minutes that I had raged on for 3 hours. I was
Did not upset him at all.
nope.
I get a sadistic and sick sense of satisfaction from breezing through levels that have kept other people occupied for hours.
Hurt me so much, man. Those fucking birds. Stupid fucking items. There should be no items in Smash. That is my.
I think Man vs. Game is still mad at me for beating Fume Knight in like 20 minutes.
As well, he should be.
Yeah. He spent like a week on that, didn't he?
God damn. So, here we are again for a holiday special. I say holiday special. It's more like a seasonal episode of Dust Vale, with your host HJ Tenchi. Tenchi is DMing the session.
The stream's already working, so.
Can you imagine if I just went, oh, that's what the exciting thing is.
That's all you get.
Tenchi, surprise.
You're DMing the thing. No, I've prepared a sort of a one shot. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a classic 4-hour episode because we've done a few 3-hour campaigns since July. We'll say 4 hours. Hopefully it sticks to 4 hours. Anyone got anything pressing to do in 4 hours?
I've only got company coming over at 10. We're good.
Just in case. There is a time limit, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
You gotta say it like that, as ominous as possible. Don't you?
Yeah,
right. It's an interesting thing. I'm excited to talk about this afterwards, but if I talk about it now, it will just be spoilers. If you want, we can just jump right into it.
We should.
Sure.
Yeah.
We should.
Because it's been a while.
Because it's been a while.
No,
Let's.
I had just gotten past it, and you just
It will never
stuck
end.
back in.
It
It will
took
never
7
end.
years for me to get out of it, and I'm in it.
And you're just you're spreading.
Let's just jump into it like it's a cold shower. Let's go.
Just jump into it. So,
Just get right into the news.
I sent you
so
guys.
overwhelmed with my character.
I sent you guys an idea of what's happened to almost all of you in the time being, but let me set the scene for some of the others, some of the other people here, the viewers themselves. As obviously in game, this is a post-campaign epilogue session. So obviously we've done the entire main campaign, but the story wasn't quite complete. Wasn't quite complete at the end. And there has been a small amount of time since the last time we saw your group and today when we'll see them again. So let me catch you guys up. Several months have passed for your characters while you hid. Oh man, why does my thing not work? Several months have passed, maybe 2. Let's say 2. You hid traveling the underground railways with Cambambulus, the kobold that you fed eggs to gain access to this sort of rickety underground network of minecarts. But eventually you ran out of eggs. And when you surfaced again, you were very quickly identified as the terrorists that you were being pinned as around Dust Vale. The Emperor Leothraxis, was removed from power, however. Solomon, your villain, was in disguise as Mayor Visrael Senstrix, and he was implicated as an enemy of the realm, though nobody has seen him since you guys last saw him. you all spent a relatively long time kind of just waiting around. You were held at Shallow Scar, anxiously, sitting around, doing nothing. They didn't have enough evidence to support most of the claims that were leveled against you, plus the fact that Solomon was the one that leveled a lot of these claims at you. It meant that they didn't have the evidence to sort of hang you in the street like the terrorists they claimed that you were. So in a way you were let free, but you were told not to leave Shallow Scar. The princess never returned to the capital after the last time you saw her. And so the remaining chancellors of the realm and the advisors to the realm are all in charge of sort of holding it together. So in terms of political times, it's just a bit chaotic in Dust Vale. And you spent almost the entire time in Shallow Scar. You guys, though, did commit some crimes, and they can't just let you go immediately. There were a lot of smaller crimes that could be traced back to some of you. So while the Empire pieces together the sort of scattered information, and you guys were sat around in Shallow Scar, something very strange happened. It began to snow very lightly in Dust Vale. Now, you'll remember that is a very uncommon thing to the tune of the fact that Raja didn't even know what snow was, and you guys had never seen or really heard of snow. Eventually it starts to snow, very lightly at first, and the temperature begins to drop around Shallow Scar. There are reports that come in of snow settling on the mountains to the west and even as far as Sin River to the south. It disrupts the trains and the temperature continues to drop. The wildlife begins to be affected and people start to get a little concerned with what's going on. The cold spreads out further. It reaches the capital city, reaches Grindwood, Twin Gate, Lost Stone, and for several days, the snow continues to fall. A group of dwarves you are aware of are sent from Shallow Scar. They're loyal to the new Chancellor, who is also a dwarf. And they're sent to investigate a very odd marble tower that arose suddenly between Shallow Scar and Sin River, and they never returned. And with no one else available, the Chancellor, newly appointed, turns to you. He says, "I think of it as community service. Prove to us that you can work for the betterment of the realm, and we'll let you go free." He's a little cold. You're all cold. You've never felt this cold, I would imagine. It's colder even than the dead of night in the desert. And that, generally, is how you guys ended up on this train. Once again, you guys
Are we going to be attacked by ninjas?
Yes.
Once again,
Please tell me there are ninjas.
How many ninjas? How many Paratons are there?
Oh, you can
guys-
just pull the top off.
find yourselves on a train heading from Shallow Scar southwards to Sin River. The train is the very same train that you guys were on at the beginning, with that same conductor, that little gnomish conductor.
Oh God, he's got to be so tired of us.
Conductor Vizsla. Now, when I was writing Conductor Vizsla, I wrote a stern, small gnome who hates this group for causing a ruckus on his train before. And so small Conductor Vizsla is pacing up and down on the train. Yeah.
Didn't we go through like a 40-year time skip? How do they even?
Yeah.
How do the chancellors and them even know who we are?
Because Solomon was still telling everyone that you were terrorists, and you were like.
He spent
all this
40
stuff.
years telling them, hey, they're gonna come back out of a
He
time
pinned
warp.
all of that shit. He pinned
Bad
all of
hate.
that shit that he was doing on you. He tried to control so much political bullshit and raise an army to go out and attack all the other
We were
realms.
wanted, man.
And they did a
Walter's
lot
a
of stuff.
shaman elf, man. He'd have wanted poster.
You guys
we-
were essentially kind of pinned as generals in the princess's resistance. You know, if you think kind of Star Wars style, you guys were like the Han Solos and Chewbacca's and Luke's to the Mon Mothma army.
So all our characters were character assassinated and or actually killed
They're
off.
about to be. Welcome to the Last Jedi.
It's true.
All of it. 30 years have passed since.
Yeah, get my agent on the phone. This isn't what I signed up for. Please.
Where's my partner manager?
30 years did pass in that time skip, but gnomes live for a very long time, and the realm remembers. This is a bit like at the end of Red Dead 1 when there's just that time skip and nothing really changes somehow. That happened. That happened, okay? Because I wanted to jump 30 years into the future.
That was only 3 years, though.
Because I thought it would be cool.
Very boring.
Listen,
out
there was
on
never
the
meant to be epilogues, okay?
Real quick, before we jump into it, it looks
Yeah.
like there was an update to Roll20 and a whole bunch of my stats and such got reset. Did we end at level 8 or level 9? I can't remember.
8.
I think
Should be at level 8. And also, there was
we never
an
got
update.
experience for the final fight.
No, you
So
didn't.
this was-
You never got experience for anything.
Which we
Oh,
didn't
you're
get.
not getting it.
You can switch in your little settings on the right. There's a little thing that says you can switch from variant to simple or something, or compendium
Yeah.
compatible to simple, which might help. It might break your entire character sheet. I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a mess. I kind of looked
It's-
into it, but wasn't able to remember anything either. I just figured they'll work it out. It's okay. It's a one shot.
Well, I mean, just move Raja to 20 every day.
Here,
It's close enough.
I'll send where it is.
Yeah. So, you guys are on this train. This gnome, Conductor Vizsla, he wears the familiar blue robes of a conductor gnome. Though today he also sports a woolen beanie hat with a little pom-pom thing on top, little mittens, because it's very cold. It's the type of cold that you wouldn't have experienced before either in the desert. Of course, it gets very cold at night, but not to the point where you get this sort of icy chill. And it's extremely difficult to warm up. You guys have probably done experiments with fire and stuff like that, and it just doesn't seem to work as effectively as it should. There's almost certainly a magical element to this snow. Scientists have lost their minds. It doesn't make sense. The gnome, pacing up and down, he says,
Okay, we'll be there soon. I'm gonna get you close to the damn thing, but the rails are all iced over, so you have to walk over to it. And I'll keep the train here until nightfall. And not a moment longer. I'm not staying out here. That tower gives me the creeps. And don't bring anything nasty back onto my train. It's very clean.
he looks up and down as it cleans. They're playing Christmas music on the train.
Oh.
Do they, is it
I'm
like
glad
one
I'm
of
not
those? What are those? What are they called? The not like a record player. The
The
Gramophone.
tannoy thing.
Gramophone?
The gramophone.
yeah, whatever they're called.
Yeah,
the primitive
fuck yeah.
record player with
Fuck
the giant
yeah.
horn on top.
Yeah, the gramophone for sure. I feel like we're in the sort of steam age. The gnomes have invented a little gramophone which is playing at the back of the room. We have sat on the train Walter, Carlias, Lash, and Raja. We've been introduced to them at the beginning. Phonograph, yeah. And you guys are sat in these booths. There's nobody else on the train. Or is there? A toilet flushes at the back of the train. Of course, we had those toilets for some reason. I remember them existing.
Well, we hid ninjas in a toilet last time.
Yeah, that was
we
the
didn't
reasoning.
flush them though.
And Arden Prime is with you as well.
So was he not attempting to chase and murder us at the end of the last?
That's irrelevant. We went to jail with him, man. We served time, man.
So-
That changes him.
How did they put him in jail? He's a god.
So, a little update on what's going on with Arden. Do you want to tell him or shall I?
Go for it. I'll
So-
throw some color commentary in if need be.
So, Arden spent a little time by himself. While you
Underneath
guys,
a temple.
while
As
you
you do.
guys were with Cambambulus knocking about on the railways, Arden was a oozing giant monstrosity thing. Part Arden, part kind of druidic magic and stuck with the land and one with that orbish magic that connected him to the god Titan, and part cat because he jumped in there with Duke. So Arden, the monstrosity, jumped out, tried to kill you, attempt to chase you out of Dreadtusk, failed, and was lost underneath Dreadtusk. You guys knocked
I will
about.
say the one swipe I had that hit Connor's character did what, like 60 damage, almost just straight out killed him.
It's a ridiculous amount
I
of damage.
thought you were
I
gonna
felt
kill
really
him.
bad about that.
In his
Yeah.
sort of wild form, Arden is rather powerful.
Is Duke with him?
Huh?
Is
Just
Duke with him?
No, Duke is him.
Dude,
They're all one creature now.
When you guys surfaced in Shallow Scar, Arden was there, as he often does, just randomly appear. He looked similar enough, right, Arden?
oh yeah, no,
he-
it's
His token.
chat are calling. Speaking of what he looks like, chat are calling for a beauty check.
Well,
Does he still do beauty checks?
here's the thing.
Isn't he a
Let me
gelatinous
roll beauty
terror
check.
god?
boom. There's my beauty check.
There's the beauty check.
I don't
It's
have
a
a.
20.
I think it's a wisdom roll.
Now, where did I hang on. Where did I write it? I wrote something
Wow.
on here about it.
Those are my. Okay, the descriptors for my height, weight, skin, hair. Come on.
Yeah.
That's not flattering.
So, if you would like
Character
to
might be a little different.
explain on the left, I've got the character appearance as it stands. You have multiple forms. Now your race is something else, but it's very similar to an ooze. Is it really what that's what you're really most similar to, with a lot of power. Though you are able to take forms, and you can take humanoid forms, and you can also refine your features to look like yourself, and you can refine your features to resemble the clothes that you normally wear and things like that. Although now it is only a close approximation. And if you look at him a little closely, you can tell that he is a grotesque, large, yellow cat-eyed, horrific, oozing monstrosity that is only desperately holding up this form to make himself look like Arden. He's unable to wear clothes. They just absorb into him, and often fall out behind him as he walks along.
Casper the Ghosted.
Oh my God.
And however, in general, you've all served this time together in Shallow Scar, and you've been together for a little while, and you understand that this is still roughly Arden. He tends to have a sort of a strange. He's a little stranger than he was, which is saying something. And sometimes he has a wild rage where he grows in size and destroys a wall. But you know, for the most
Or a
part,
mountain.
he's still
Or a
Arden.
dimension.
Does he still feel beautiful? Is he still?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The inside of Arden, in his little mind of stupidity and ignorance, he's still just as beautiful and just as amazing. Although he's maybe a little less flashy now because everybody keeps reacting to him in an awkward fashion. So he's kept back a little bit. And his clothes, he's very angry that he can't wear fine clothes anymore.
You can make yourself look like you're wearing fine clothes, though.
He 80% of all of his effort every second of the day is to try and just make himself look beautiful.
Yeah. Roll me an actual D20.
Here we go.
Let's see if we need to do this anymore. Whoa, that's new. So if you highlight the dice now, it gives you what, multiple ones to, and you can. Okay, I gotta roll this. What is this?
The dice thing in the top left. Yeah.
Thing.
What the hell's the
What the
DF?
hell did you just do? That makes sense for you, I think.
Okay.
Dude,
He's still getting used to it, I take it.
dude.
Yeah.
The first roll is a natural 1 on Arden. Arden Prime. When you roll,
Oh shit!
I just want to set it up. We're not gonna get past the setup.
We're never stuck in this fucking train. Boston's gonna have to come to us.
Arden Prime. When you roll a natural 1 or a natural 20, what is it? What did I write? I need to clear.
Oh my
Roll, a
God.
natural
roll a
one.
DC
Roll me a
12
Constitution saving throw, please.
no.
Oh, dude, didn't the gnome just say?
My train is all clean.
All right, wait. Okay, I do. Let's see. I do have a feat that gives me con that I did take that just like Raja did. Okay, so we should.
And a
I'm not
con.
even gonna say it.
Oof. A 24. You're able to maintain your psychotic rage.
It's an update for me. Did it roll?
However,
Yeah.
yeah, he rolled a 24. So,
I don't
you,
see it.
I don't see it either.
you
Yeah,
see,
I'm refreshing.
I feel
Oh,
like
it's to the GM all the time. Why is it sending to just GM?
Oh, maybe when we were setting up. Let me see. Query, but always whisper rolls, never whisper rolls. There we go. It was a
There we
24.
go.
You guys can't see it, but he rolled a 24. Promise. And so Arden, you step out of the toilet here, and everybody, you're probably horrified. He's not doing a good job of holding up his like beautiful face today. It is a 1. He is disgusting. His like he actually probably has 3 eyes, and they're like yellowy cat eyes. His fingers are too long. His legs are too thick. His head's too small. His smile's too wide, and. And as he steps out, he stumbles a little, and he kind of twitches a couple times in a strange way. And then he sort of manages to retain his composure. The
Is
conductor.
that perfect timing? I want to turn to the conductor and just say, "You would never dream of bringing anything nasty onto your train."
Yes.
right as Arden comes back into the room.
Yeah. And he's like stumbling along like that thing from Final Fantasy VIII that was supposed to be.
It's like when you go to the bathroom and he took all his clothes off to relax. There's some toilet paper on his foot. You gotta see hit the door on the way out.
Hit the door, but his face is ooze. That was
Just in his pants a little still.
Yeah. The conductor says,
Okay, well, I'm going to go and see if they're going to slow the train down soon. Don't make a mess.
and he
we won't.
he
We won't.
he exits for and heads towards the front of the
You
train.
look beautiful today, Arden. so beautiful.
Thank you.
Looking over at Carl.
He kind of just sits down. He's really stressed right now trying to.
Oh man.
Sure.
If Carlos had a hat, he'd be just tucking it down. Just
I mean, you have a hat now. Yeah. So,
what is
everybody.
what is playing on that? The music.
We
For the
wish you
train.
Merry Christmas.
It's just
Yeah,
a
but
weird. It's a weird song that nobody on the train would understand.
Is it like on loop?
Yeah, it's the same song, and it's been the same song for
God.
the entire sort of multiple
Fucking-
hour journey.
I love this
And-
train.
Carlos throws his dagger at the.
All right,
Ben.
give me an attack roll.
I fucking love Christmas music, man. This is my favorite episode.
I hate
So is it
Christmas music, and I
D-
hate it when you're in a shop or something and the same fucking 5 songs
Dude,
play through.
Okay, we went to go grocery shopping today. Instead of Christmas music, they're playing what's that? How Could This Happen to Me song?
Oh God.
Over like as loud as they can.
What
over
is
the
your
last-
music choices lately?
I
Jesus.
don't know. That was the grocery store, man.
Carlos launches a dagger at the gramophone and
That song has been playing for the last 6 hours. I'm tired of it.
I'm gonna go grab the
I'm-
dagger real quick.
I'm sure there was an off button on that thing somewhere, Carlias.
Carlisle, the off button's right here, man. You didn't have to throw that.
We could have just asked him to turn it off.
Arden's just humming the song to himself. He doesn't realize this is going on.
That was a good song.
Raj's
Good
gonna start
song,
humming this.
hello?
Raj's gonna hum with Arden. Just start humming this song.
And a happy new year.
I'm gonna walk over and pick up my dagger and just like
Yeah.
scratch it.
Walter's giving it back. I'm looking through my bag. Ah, did I use that? I did use that scroll of mending 32 years ago on your thing, Lash. Damn.
Oh.
Oh.
And I just kind of pull it tighter around my shoulders. It's really cold to show its worth.
Oh, it's weird.
Hey,
My memory's
it's
so easy.
our first time on a train in 40 years.
Yeah.
Raj's been making the same joke of every single time they do anything. Hey, we haven't done this in 40 years. And he never gets tired of making the same
You're that
joke.
guy at New Year that's like, see you next year or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm just humming louder to drown that out.
Yeah, and the train starts to slow down. The landscape around you is a lot snowier than it was 6 hours ago, let's say, when you left Shallow Scar. It's pretty thick here. The chill is a lot colder, despite any attempts to warm yourselves up. And the snow is coming down. It's not like blizzard or anything like that, but it is pretty thick. It's pretty fast. And the train slows down a considerable amount over the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes, and then it slows to a complete stop. And the gnomish conductor Vizsla returns once again and says,
Okay, we're here. Everybody off the train. Look.
and he points out the window, and you guys see a very large tower. And you may have done this trip. A few of you have done this trip a few times. All of you have done it at least once in the campaign. And you see outside, standing just off from the rail tracks ahead of you, a very large icy spike that looks like it's burst forth out of the sandy ground. The area around the base is ice and snow. There's a bunch of sort of spikes that pierce up outwards at varying angles, disjointedly. The snow around it is very thick. The tower itself isn't very tall, and then you blink and it seems a little taller, and you blink and it seems a little squatter or thinner or larger, as if it's kind of shifting shapes before your very eyes. It looks as though it's made of thick ice. Everyone give me perception checks. Let's do some rolls.
Oh, Walter, it's so great to have you back with 0 perception.
Hey, these are
Dang,
good
all of us
rolls.
still.
These are good
Get
rolls. I'm missing.
get those nat ones out of the way.
Yeah, right.
19, 11, 22, 20,
A 12 is a
12.
natural one for Fairlight.
All above a 10, which is the DC. So all of you can see here that the snow or the ice that's around this tower actually looks as though it's settling over a different structure, like a marble-like stone appears to be underneath the ice. It's almost as if the ice is layered on top of that architecture, but there's plenty of areas that you can see that are clear. There doesn't appear to be any windows. At the very top of the tower, you can see that there are a couple of eyries, but they appear to have been walled over with ice. Like maybe once things would launch out from the top. Some people that can fly on flying beings, perhaps. But now it all appears to have been completely sealed over with ice. Again, staring at it is odd, and it's almost like a sort of an odd reverse vertigo, kind of looking at it as it kind of shifts its size a little bit. But generally speaking, you can all make out that it looks like a stone tower covered in ice, and the ice appears to be creeping up over the sides of it. There's a kind of fog that washes off it, like that kind of dry ice style, and pushes out across the rail tracks. You can see even from here as well that there is a single entranceway, very obvious, a very large, 15-foot tall marble stone doorway, and the stone door is ajar. Revealing a very dimly lit interior. Again, behind you, or in front of you, the gnome is opening a door. An even colder chill pushes through the train.
Come on now. What are you waiting for?
All right, we're coming. I haven't
Do you have
been
any-
this
do you have any
cold in 40 years.
Furs? You think I got furs?
He adjusts his little mittens.
Why aren't you ready?
We don't really have any chance to prepare for this.
Do you think anybody sells that many furs in Dust Vale? It's boiling hot all the time, except for today.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. All right, you said we've already tried magic to warm ourselves?
Yeah, it works a little, but
Okay.
not as effectively as it kind of should.
Okay. Raja?
Yeah, what is it? Raja's got his notebook out and he's like sketching the tower already. How am I supposed to draw? I can't draw with my hands shaking like this. And just like frustrated steps off the train. I haven't seen anything this tall in 40 years as he walks out.
30 years.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 30 years.
Can I I want to have, as I step off, I want to shapeshift my form into having like all these really nice luxurious furs and everything, and
yeah,
be super
yeah. You look like someone from Game of Thrones, like a wildling or whatever, or like maybe like the Night's Watch with their big fur
on the wall.
Yeah.
big old hat. I don't know, it feels quite nice, but I don't feel much of anything nowadays, so could be that too.
You can choose to feel cold and warm as you like.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I just kind of like, ooh, it feels nice and warm all of a sudden.
Wow.
Just kind of lick the back of my paw a little bit. Whoa, what the?
You look warm.
Wow.
I feel warm. Can I hug
light a
people,
torch.
or will I like take them into my body and
I
like
feel like
suffocate them?
We've tried that at some point, probably to
Yeah.
no avail.
I
Like,
think
like
you
high
can,
five.
but it's not. It's just never nice. It's like for him he's warm, but to you guys he's just an horrible kind of greasy ooze, like hugging a salamander or something.
We could
Oh.
totally pull like a Luke Skywalker and the Tauntaun thing and just go inside.
Everyone inside.
it's like washing yourself in oil. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, if
All
he,
right, Walter.
if he,
It's gonna be different this time. Come here, hug.
No, it's okay, Arden. That's okay. It took me
I'm
forever to
so
get-
warm.
we're really far from a bath. I don't want to get anything in my hair again. It's okay. It's okay.
if
I'll suffer.
if you try
I'm
and
lighting a
change your
torch.
form too much, Arden, you will struggle to remain normal.
Oh yeah, he's very in denial of his current situation, even if it's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in denial
probably
since he was
easier to-
born about many things.
Yeah, it's probably easier to hold your form if you can kind of double think your way through it. So you're lighting torches, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just lighting one to hold, hopefully, for some warmth.
It is daytime, but it's been overcast for 3 days since the snows began.
Jeez.
And okay, so you guys head out off the train. As soon as the last person is off the train, you see the little eyes of the gnome peering at you, telling you to get on with it and head towards the tower.
Shouldn't we bring him with us? Doesn't I remember right? His magic was incredibly strong.
Yeah, he doesn't like us, so remember?
Yeah, I
Last
don't.
time we left like 10 dead bodies on his train.
Well, I think this time we just broke his music box.
He doesn't know that. Don't say that too loud.
Yeah, I feel like my arm and part of my body just kind of shifts backwards to wave at him, really fucking.
He's watching you and like
Yeah.
as soon as you do it, he turns around. You hear like some footsteps head away from the door, and then
What the fuck happened to my gramophone?
We gotta go.
Wait, well, how bad was the bathroom? Not trying to be like gross with that, but like,
It's probably
if I
awful,
just
yeah.
like left and immediately had like an episode, did I just like destroy the bathroom?
Why were
Like,
you
every
in the
time
bathroom?
he gets angry, just a bunch of black ooze goes.
We don't know, but it's almost definitely not pretty in there. All right, you guys heading up towards this tower?
Yeah, I assume Raja is. So
Yeah.
Walter's following Raja.
Yeah.
The usual. Wherever Roger goes,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the usual routine of just follow Raja, but Raja's like angrily stomping towards the tower, mainly because he's pissed off at how cold it is and there's nothing he can do about it. So he's like, as he's walking forward.
Fair.
How deep is the snow? Like,
The
few feet
snow
high, or-
here is no, it's not. It's not huge. It's still only a few inches. It's maybe like 4 or 5 inches. It's not crazy thick, insane snow, but it's still a little thicker than it has been in the other areas of the desert so far. It's been settling in places, but not like crazy.
Suck.
It's for sure like settling quicker though. The more time that's passed, you can tell that it's kind of like the desert heat versus this snow that's falling, and the snow has now begun to shift into the point where it's gonna win soon. And any heat that's coming naturally from the desert
Oh, wow.
is not winning.
And how long has the snow been going on for at this point?
3 days?
It has been going on for 3 days, I think.
3 days. And
yeah,
that's the
3
same
days.
time that this pillar's been visible for, right?
Yeah. That's why they sent people
No,
to
it's-
explore this. It's the one
Yeah.
thing that they were like, this appears to have arrived at the same time. Some other people have it, people that were on trains going past this thing reported it to people in Shallow Scar. They sent out one group of dwarves to investigate it yesterday, and they never came back. The train.
they're short. They're just under the snow.
Do we know? Do we know the names of the dwarves that were sent out?
You do in a second.
Just do as a random number generator.
Pardon me while I consult my dwarven name generator to tell you
Oh
who it
man,
was.
can be Todrin to Everknows.
No, it's not.
Dwarf characters.
It's not the
Oh
Todrins.
yeah, all the
It's-
teenagers.
So there were. Let me just double check how many dwarves were sent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwarves were sent out, and their names were as follows. I'll post them into the thing.
Oh, I was.
Grudath, Dragon Basher, Dolmog, Mithril Donuk, Treasure Belt, Harrow, Soik, Long Sunder, and Riddick. Good old Riddick.
Chronicle of Riddick.
It's just a
Who
fucking
has a lot of
dwarf.
books written about him, known as the Chronicles. And they never returned. They didn't return yesterday, and the train came back the same way that the conductor said that he would leave at midnight, or when it got to nighttime, the same thing kind of happened.
So he like for sure left them behind. Kind of what
for
he told
sure.
us. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll be
he
there
won't.
till us
He
leaving
won't.
time.
He's not sticking around.
Yeah. So we know he's not going to stick around.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we miss our train, we'll be stuck here with the dwarves.
Yep. The maybe dead.
Yeah, there's no sign on your initial perception checks of these dwarves as well.
Okay.
Come on, guys. We're almost there, and maybe it'll be warmer inside the tower than it is out here. And who knows, Arden? Maybe there'll be a lovely octopus inside that you can woo.
Oh,
Raja, that's insensitive.
Oh.
It's 2018 now, Raja. It's been 40 years. We can't say those things.
30 years.
30.
Sorry,
It's
30.
been 30.
what? Do you think I can't woo an octopus?
No, you could probably woo an octopus.
Why do you
I just-
have no faith in Arden? I
I
believe
just think that you're
I believe
a
Arden can do whatever he puts his
octopi.
mind to.
You know, maybe like a gorgon. Maybe that would be more suitable because they're
A
more
gorgon.
more.
Wouldn't that turn him into a rock, though? Don't they stare at you and turn you into a stone?
I don't think Arden can be anything other than
I can
what
be
Arden
whatever
is.
I want.
I believe he could be a rock if he wanted to be a rock.
Yeah. But I think if you didn't want to be a rock, you could also not be a rock. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Does
I
it work
agree.
that way?
As you approach the stone doorway, the door appears to be ajar. It's very large. It looks very heavy, and it looks like it might have been built for Goliaths or something larger. There is, however, a sort of 3-foot wide gap that reveals this sort of dimly lit interior. It's kind of blue lit, like a light blue, cyan kind of icy color. Not particularly warm and inviting, but there is some light inside that you can tell, even though you know that this is windowless at the bottom floor here. You don't see or hear anything inside, at least as far as you're able to ascertain at the entrance.
Okay, well.
Can we go inside?
Arden, why don't you work your charms? You're definitely
Okay.
the most
Sure.
definitely the most likable of the group.
Go up to the door and just kind of start touching it inappropriately. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing right
No,
now.
I meant not.
Arden, you gotta ask for
He
permission
just puts
before
his
you do
hands.
that.
He just
Don't
puts
just
his
do
hands
that.
in his face and just.
It's not working. I can't
I
find
meant-
the button.
I meant to try. Never mind. Hello. I was just
Say
Right
hello,
here.
and
Please stop yelling.
it sort of echoes through the
I
the
see what you
doorway.
did there, Jay.
There was no response. You can see that you could fit through this 3 foot. It's like the door is open, like 3 foot. You could look in quite easily.
Oh,
Walter's
yeah,
gonna
1
start.
second. Watch this. Slip right inside of it.
You're just going in.
I'm inside it.
Yeah,
you didn't have to.
Arden just
There you go.
Okay.
slips in.
Second base. Here we go. All right. Is there some way to open this from inside?
You're inside. Everyone could fit through that 3 foot gap. I mean, it's 3 foot wide. Like you could just turn sideways and all.
Yeah.
None of you are 3 foot wide. Ozog and Keck are not here, so you Arden, you step in. Inside it is it's barren. There's a single staircase that on your right-hand side that seems to spiral and lead upwards. On the far wall, there's some like naturally formed kind of ice, almost like a frozen waterfall that seems to have crashed into the ground. There's a lightly marbled floor covered in ice. You don't struggle with stepping on ice because you can kind of stick to it if you want. But you can tell that it's ice, like you might be on an ice rink in here. A light covering of ice, but other than that, there's nothing in here. There's no statues, no tables, no people, no windows, no tapestries or anything like that. It's very plain, like an empty tower, like as if it was unfurnished completely.
So without the furnishing, you're saying we can't have a table story?
Not on this floor, no.
That's Whack Steven out there. That's not to my boy.
Sorry, Whack.
It's good in here. Come on in.
It's all ice.
Is it warmer?
It's all ice, yeah.
It's not warmer. In fact, it's colder. It's all ice. Yeah. As you step in, if you do step in, you sort of you slip a little on the ice. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now that you guys are able to step onto it. And one by one, you push through into the bottom floor of the ice tower. Bram, you
haven't done breaking and entering in 30 years as you slice into this tower.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God. I have this weird feeling it's not even going to get old either, like it should.
Yeah.
Carlias is twitching over there every time it happens, but other than that,
yeah, Carlias is
explaining full facial aneurysms over the past.
Carlias is
like in a week where he's gonna have a seizure, but we're good for now.
Carlias is like, it wasn't funny the first time, and it's only gotten worse since then.
It's heating up the room a little though. How angry he is, so that's not too
Is there
bad.
steam coming out of the ears again?
Probably.
Yeah, Carlias, keep getting mad. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you step in, and again, it feels a little chillier inside, though you're outside of you're inside, but it feels colder than it was outside. But there's no snow falling onto you, at least out here, or in here, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
You want to detect magic?
I was going to ask if I can. I just wanted to see the spell. How was it? Up to 10 minutes? Yeah, I want to really quick go into the component pouch, pull out some ruby dust, and kind of smack it together and cast detect magic here.
Sure. Yeah, so for the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet. If you sense magic this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. Everything. This whole tower is covered in magic. Where there is ice. So there are small portions of the wall that is exposed, that marble. You can see that this is magically treated in a way, this marble. Maybe when it was constructed, it was constructed in a magical way. But it's generally just a marble building. But the ice that is over it is magical ice. The ice that's on the ground, magical ice. The sheet of ice in front of you, magical ice. The sheet of ice that comes down and slowly creeps over the door and locks you in behind you is magical ice. And
does the door start to like over?
The 3-foot gap.
Yeah.
Frozen.
Well,
Did you see that?
yeah. It looks like whoever made all this ice, or looks like it might be all the same person or the same. Just kind of looking around. All the ice is magic.
The stairway is not covered in ice. Did you hear that? That was real.
Yeah. Was that?
Oh wow! I thought it was a
storm.
yeah, I was like, wow, nice job.
I hope it wasn't a storm. The stairway is not covered in ice. It is untreated stone, maybe by the looks of it. The icy wall, that kind of like natural formation of ice at the far end of the room, however, begins to ripple and shift. There's a chilling wind that suddenly blows through the room, and you feel very odd. For a moment, you actually probably feel a little weak, like a weakness, like it takes the air from you, like your blood pressure drops from the cold. And on that wall at the far end, there's a change. You notice this kind of light begin to fill behind this ice, and an image shimmers and appears, and it's a strange sort of distorted image of a pig-faced demonic person, some sort of demon creature with blue horns, a blue beard, wearing a very odd red garment with white trim around the edges, and it speaks to you almost as if through glass and says, willkommen to mein Haus. Mein Name ist Krampus, and I assume you have been sent to stop your boiling wasteland from turning into my new frozen kingdom, no?
Not exactly. We were just kind of wondering if
No.
you'd happen to know who was freezing the entire planet over.
Hey, you got any gingerbread cookies or anything? I'm kind of hungry.
This isn't your kingdom.
This will be my kingdom soon. I can assure you, you are all far too late. Look to the walls. The walls kind of crackle again, like that ice creeps up one part of the stone there. He says, "You see that the ice has almost covered every part of the stone? Well, by the time the ice has covered the marble, the spell will be finished, and this horrible land will be mine to control."
It's
We
not
can't do that.
horrible. And
Yeah.
You're a... Raja! And I just point at him.
Raja just turns and looks at Carlias with the here we go again look on his face.
He says,
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
he continues to speak and says, you will not make it to the top of the tower in time, comrade, but you are more than welcome to try. And since you are in my house...
We're planning on climbing the tower. I don't know where you got that from. We came here looking for 5 dwarves by the name of Dolmog, Donak, Harsak, Ruduak, and Grudath. I don't suppose you know where they are.
Yes, they came by yesterday. They tried to find me too. They tried to steal all my things. They are my things, and you may not take them. No.
Were they dashing through the snow?
What? What are you saying, dwarf?
Why have you come here?
Oh, I have come to live here. I want to live here now. This is my new kingdom, no? You are
Have
my
you
new
considered
servants.
finding? Have you considered finding a place that was already covered in ice and perhaps living there instead of it inconveniencing the rest of us?
He says, I have been in a place covered in ice, and I do not like it anymore. There are beings that are stronger than me, and I don't like it. Here I will be king. I will be a god.
I mean,
Arden's already a god. You can't be a god.
Everyone just turns and looks at Arden like,
What?
we've heard that
He's
before.
a god.
I do want to point out that Arden doesn't turn to look at Arden because he's already looking at himself in a reflection in the eyes.
Yeah.
Just raise my hand.
Just like pan over to Arden.
The shimmering image turns to Arden and says, "Ugh, that disgusting thing is not a god."
yeah, we said that the one time. Yeah.
Yeah, the last people that said it.
Yeah.
You and you.
You won't like him when he's angry.
I will prove to you who is the god here. It's time for me to continue with this spell, okay? You are in my house. You play by my rules. I have...
In our house.
Yeah.
It's
house.
way
Yeah.
too cold
In
here
the middle
now.
of
What she said.
Raja just puts his hand down on Lash's head like, Lash, just...
He says,
Walter fired up.
Pull my feathers.
He's not in our house. We're in his.
he says, look at your things. All of your items on your body freeze instantly, including your armor, guns, swords, knives, things like that. They freeze over, and he says, "They are mine now!" And then they shatter, and they're gone. He says, "This place is my place, and you will learn. These things are my things now. If you play along, I will give them back maybe one day. But
There's like a volcano going off in Carlisle's head right now.
he says, I have
You
things to
what?
do. I am busy. Auf Wiedersehen."
I don't give a shit how busy you are. Give me back my hat. Give me back my gun. Give me back everything.
You still have your hat, unless your hat is magical. What has happened here is that your powers and equipment are locked, and you must complete tasks or defeat its minions to get them back. you can either unlock one of your abilities or take the mystery gift that appears magically in front of you.
Can the mystery gift be unlocking one of our abilities?
Bing! Yes. So, your skills and class abilities that do not involve spellcasting remain. So that is racial traits or anything that you get that is part of your class. For example, Raja has a demon sonar, that kind of thing. I forget what it's called. I just always called it undead demon sonar.
It was the undead radar.
That kind of stuff you still have, but your equipment is gone. So swords, daggers, weapons of any kind are gone. They're off of you. You suddenly feel lighter. Spell casting, locked. Can't do it. Armor, including shields, gone. Again, you feel lighter. Everything is gone. You're going to have to work out.
Brown asked, Whack, how can I nerf the group before they break?
Hey, what was you expecting?
We can only take back one spell.
No. Not yet. You will.
So
let me explain
my
to you.
question is,
you're gonna need to work some shit out. Your AC is 10 plus your Dex modifier.
If you just unequip your armor in
or you
can
can
also
unequip your armor if you want, or just work it out. I don't mind how you do it.
Roger loses his armor and then still have an AC of 17.
Yeah. Some of you are pretty good without stuff. So don't. Do you remember yesterday on a stream, I think it was yesterday when I said that this is one of the most unbalanced dungeons I've ever made for one of the most unbalanced teams that I was ever able to try and work out. I was like, this is gonna be chaos. You can do unarmed strikes, which is an attack roll, which is d20 plus your proficiency plus strength. Or Dex, actually. I think, can you use Dex on an unarmed strike? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I can't remember.
Only a monk.
Monks can do that. Yeah. And you deal bludgeoning damage when you do that. So bear that in mind if you went... Because without weapons, pretty much you're down to improvised weapons or unarmed strikes, which are almost exactly the same thing. You do not have access to spellcasting. In front of you, however, a giant box appears, covered in colourful paper, parchment. There's a little bow on the top. It kind of just magically appears, whoop, and then settles on the ground in front of you.
Should we open it?
Well, it could be dangerous.
How are we supposed to do this without anything? I can't cast spells.
Roger just walks over and opens it.
So
just flips the lid open.
When you open it, essentially you can pick. You can bring back. You can have whatever you want in the box to be in the box. Essentially for each of you, you can have one piece of equipment, be it Carlias's gun, Raja's tulwar, a bow. You can be like a lantern or something like that if you want to waste it on something like that. There's one piece of equipment in there. Or you can unlock one set of spells at a single level for spell casting. So you can take you can unlock all of your level 2 spells, all of your level 3s, all your level 1s, or your cantrips. Or your armor is in there, including a shield if you use a shield.
Alternatively, and it's only one?
Alternatively, one. Oh. Alternatively, you can open the mystery gift, which will grant you a special item or a lump of coal. The items are pretty good. That's the best I can tell you on that, but it is random.
So we just need to pick right now?
Yeah.
So basically,
Roger just turns the box
free.
around and says, "Hey guys, look what I found." And just like tips the box towards the rest of the group.
Yeah, Raja, what do you want? Or each of you, what do you want? What do you want to be in the box? Because that's what's in there.
I want
3
sweet
spells
song.
Oh my god, you all said something at once. What?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Go Tuesday.
I want sweet song, my bow.
The bow? Okay, unlocked. Yeah, so you can use. You have Sweet Song. That's what falls out for you. It slides across the ice. Your short bow, I think, which was magical in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Arden, you said you had something in there that you wanted.
Level 3 spells.
Level 3 spells? Cool. Yeah, you just feel that chilling wind blow. It comes out of the box, and a sparkle of magic glitters across you, and you unlock your level 3 spells.
Oh, excuse me, level 4. My apologies. I have as soon as everybody's done, I'm gonna cast a spell.
Level 4 spells. Cool. Yeah.
Do I have to choose cantrips or are cantrips automatic, or do we have to choose them?
You gotta pick them.
I'll take my cantrips back.
Okay. Same thing. Glitter floats towards you. You feel the ability to cast your cantrips. Return.
I assume Carlias is taking his guns back, right?
You can take one gun
I
back.
don't get one.
Or
I'll probably
taking a
just
gun
save
back?
I'll take score shot.
Okay. Your gun, the same way as the bow, tips out of the box, spins across the ice towards you.
I'm
Complete
probably
with
going
ammo.
to
I'm
regret
not gonna
this,
be mean.
but I wonder what this is, and I'll go for a mystery item or a mystery gift.
Nice.
Yes! All right, roll me a d10.
I wanted that mystery item too. Not gonna lie.
I was
I do too. I need spells.
I was like, I either need my level 1 spells or my sword, but I figure Carlias is here to chop things up, and we have 2 spellcasters, so I can get away with this.
That's what you think.
We'll see.
I only have cantrips, man. Don't worry.
A 10 out of 10.
That's
Thanks for reading your rollout.
10 is probably the best item in here. 4 in a general sense. In terms of the items that are in here that are going to help you today and what you need, it might not be the best. But if we ever do more epilogue things, of which I have planned many more, there are at least 5 more episodes of Dust Vale available.
Jeez.
If you guys want to play it, and if they want to watch it,
I want to play it.
then this item will be very useful for you. It is the Helm of Teleportation. It is a broken item.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So wait,
useful.
Is
I'm
this
gonna
like
throw it-
ragtag's teleportation or actual teleportation?
This is
He just
an
got
actual
Zephyr Strike
item.
back. What did you do?
I put it in the in our Discord, just so you can look at it. But it is a wondrous item. The helm has 3 charges. While wearing it, you can use as an action and expend 1 charge to cast the teleport spell from it. The helm regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. The teleport spell, generally, you actually experienced this while you were playing the campaign. Leon used it. You can transport yourself and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice to anywhere you want. But depending on your familiarity with where you're trying to go, depends on how well it works. So it's a pretty dope spell, and it's a big fucking spell to read through and to have in general.
Good stuff.
I assure you,
Hey, Roger, do you want to go to the casino?
I assure you, it doesn't work in this building, but
Bet it doesn't.
Yeah, I will
is
teleport to the
best-
top floor of the tower.
It is the best ever. Yeah, you now have the helm of teleportation. How does it look? What does it look like, Raja? 'Cause you can flavor this
I'll
however you want.
Yeah, I'll say that it looks so incredibly basic that Russia doesn't think it's special at first. Just pulls out this like simple brown leather, almost like a beanie.
Just beanie.
Oh wow! Just pulls it up and says, "What is this?"
A knitted beanie.
Just like
That's really good.
Walter, yeah, you know exactly what this is and what it can do because you have detect magic up.
Yeah, I don't think that tells me exactly what it is, but I
But it's
can
bright as
tell
hell,
that
probably.
it's like there's a 7th level conjuration spell on that.
what? What does that mean exactly?
Really high powered conjuration spell.
Huh. This might be a terrible idea. Raja, like, he folds back his shamag thing and puts the hat on underneath and then pulls it back over.
Yeah.
I don't feel conjurous. Although I suddenly feel like I could be somewhere else at a moment's notice. Oh my goodness, this is a weird feeling.
Raja
Bet you haven't
shimmers.
felt that in 30
Raja
years.
shimmers in and out of existence for a moment, Bzz, almost like a
Whoa.
strange distortion for a moment.
There's something cool on there.
Yeah, there's
I don't know what it
there's
is.
There's an enchantment on it for sure, but
Well, be careful.
I don't. Hold on. Yeah, I can feel it. Watch.
Sounds like a dog.
I can hear it.
I'll cast teleport on just myself and vanish out of the room. I'm just teleporting behind the tower outside.
Yeah, you can't teleport while you're in the tower, but you can teleport to the other side of the room. You attempt to teleport. I think you would be aware since you're wearing it, and I think everyone who, especially Walter, is aware of it, can tell that it doesn't work correctly. You kind of like disappear for a moment. You, for a second, feel like you're somewhere else in the world. For a moment, you feel warm. For a moment, you feel a little strange heat. And you hear lots of dogs barking as if you're somewhere else. And then you snap back into this room, and you're probably at the other end of the room. Like, you attempt to get outside.
Whoa!
Some magic from the walls,
That's cool.
Walter, is affecting that item.
Yeah, like there's like a visual. That's really cool.
Well, did
Oh, very.
You can just
Are
do
you
it.
okay?
I could just be somewhere else.
You
That's
probably can't get out of here with that though.
yeah. I think it's
But-
not going to work inside this tower.
But that's really, really good.
Well,
We
what
can
if-
finally get those boots.
the flying boots.
I do still want to go get those boots.
Yeah.
You just set up the best way for me to just do all these other things.
totally.
Thanks very much for setting up.
Fast travel unlocked.
The fast travel is unlocked, and you've potentially set up the Dead Rise one shot.
jeez.
Should we go up though?
Oh,
Yeah, I suppose we should. Although, I probably should have got my sword back.
We
But
need to. Well, we need to go off the other levels to get the other boxes.
well,
let's
the
go
fuck?
retrieve our belongings and then potentially kill this fool. I've had enough of his shenanigans.
Well, wait, one more. It doesn't feel right in here. How big is the diameter of this tower, side to side?
It is what it is.
100
it
feet,
is about 100 feet across, 100 by 100, yeah, something like that.
That's good to know. Because I unlocked my 4th level spells, all 2 of them. I'm going to cast Hallucinatory Terrain. And
Okay.
I'm going to change this winter wonderland into our beloved desert. With as warm look as possible, palm trees. I want everything, literally everything that he's going to hate. But
Yeah.
it's going to make me feel very comfortable and happy and at home.
All right, give me a. What do you
Wow.
cast with? Wisdom? You still cast with wisdom?
Supposedly, somehow.
All right, let me see here. All right.
So
Give
yeah,
me
150 foot cube. And even if he makes the DC to know that it's fake, he still sees a vague image superimposed on the terrain.
Let me see. Yeah, give me just a whiz check.
Okay. Is there a way to? I'll just click it. Normal.
Nice. The
What'd you roll?
room
24. Nice.
the room heats up very quickly. The ice underneath you melts. For a moment, it feels a little odd, and you drop down an inch as the ice melts away, and then sand rushes in. 2 palm trees burst up through the ground, and for a moment, the terrain returns to dust and sand. The heat swells in the room. Some of the ice on the walls begins to melt. You hear from somewhere deep in the tower,
What is this? You stop it! You stop this! You hear a stomp.
and then the sand freezes over. The palm trees freeze and turn into kind of statuesque looking palm trees. The walls freeze over again.
I think that made him really mad.
Oh,
Should I
no.
do it again?
No, save that. But maybe it threw him off a little bit. Maybe he's,
Fair enough.
he's off his game. Like when Carlias gets really mad and then he misses all of his shots afterwards.
You look over
Only
to
sometimes?
Carlias and he's just like death stare right at you.
Yeah, Roger's like, or Walter's like, only sometimes,
Remember that one time we had a jewel? 30 odd years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I won, didn't I?
I shot that gun out of your hand so quick you didn't even say what.
Wait, what?
You held
I
the
don't know,
gun,
it's really
Walter.
fuzzy. I think I won. I'm pretty sure I won. Yeah, we had a duel. Little, you know.
Wow, it was really warm
You
for a
barely
second.
pulled the gun out of the holster.
I don't know what he's talking about, Raja.
So,
I'm just looking up now at the stairs like,
do we really actually just have to climb that, or can't we all just like, enlarge up there? I mean, look, I can do it, can't you all?
Well, unfortunately, I can't access any of my magic at the moment, so I think I'm gonna have to walk.
damn. I wish I could do something.
Actually, just because I can, I'm gonna go to the base of the stairs and begin backflipping up the stairs.
All right, yeah, give me.
If he's going to just because he can, I'm totally gonna fly up there.
Yeah. Give me an acrobatics check, Raja.
Did it go through, or do I have to click something special? Oh, here we go. 27.
Nice.
Oh my god! Of
literally
course.
It's literally as amazing as you expect it to be. He just like backflips all the way up to the first floor. Lash flies up. The little halfling follows.
Wait for me, guys.
Walking
Walk
is
up.
overrated as he bounces up the stairs.
Wait for me. Walter's just gonna start walking up.
All right, who's next?
Hey, Carlias, watch this. Why the long face? And I'm just gonna start stretching and slinking up the stairs.
Reverse slinky up.
Is it
Yeah,
face just-
you slinky upwards.
This is a ragtag group.
To the second floor or the first floor, and up on the first floor you walk up, or Raja flips up, or you fly up, or you slinky up, or however you get up the stairs to into another room, another kind of relatively open plan room. There is a bunch of frozen palm trees in here too. It looks like that there was a marble floor, then some sand, and then some ice over the top of it. And you look about and you see a bunch of statues. The statues all look relatively different, but give me investigation checks or perception checks as you come up.
He's not looking at it because I'm singing, it's
Unless you don't
Arden,
want
it's
to.
Arden, I'm such a wonderful thing. As I'm slinking up.
25 for Carlos.
17.
21 for that.
21. Raja.
Raja is not paying attention.
Cool. Those of you that are immediately aware, you see that 5 of these statues, and they're very icy looking statues. They look like just frozen statues, ice statues, that you might find at a very fancy affair. You see that 5 of them are dwarves. 3 of them appear to be slightly taller humanoids, and one of them appears to be some sort of large ape creature.
Look, it's the dwarves.
Oh,
But what's that?
that looks like what I turned you into in the temple that we went to.
Oh,
What did I turn into that? That was me.
that was
Whoa.
you.
Wow, I was scared.
I haven't done that in 30 years.
They're just frozen.
What are
They
those?
are
Get that last
frozen
week,
in like
Raja.
really random places. Raja, as you crack your joke and you step in, several of the statues begin to melt. As the ice turns to water, the creatures encased begin to move, and the men,
Uh-oh.
not the dwarves, but the men with the sort of relatively zombie-like white frozen faces, snap their jaws, and then their eyes light up a cold blue as they look at you across the room. The ape-like beast suddenly lets out a terrible roar and beats its chest and begins to move across the room. I would like some initiatives after Raja says...
I think it's go time, gentlemen and lady.
And...
24. Oh, I forgot to
let me
comment.
throw some... Oh my god, we still have the old turn order on there. For me, not for you. That's a shame.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That was amazing. Let me
I
see, let me see.
didn't click my
Wow.
character before I clicked it, so I'll have to enter it manually, I think.
All right, I'll add your turn. Just click
Thank
on
you.
it.
A
Just
7.
click on it. Okay. Now then.
24.
Same.
Let's get some music going. The old
I haven't heard this music in 30 years.
Yes!
Oh my god.
My
Oh
initiative's
my god.
messed
The
up.
next one shots we are doing tucked into the regular campaign, so we can't make that
Yeah.
No, then we won't have the helm. Never mind.
Let's see. Add 10.
That's a +3 though.
Add 10.
So 19.
19.
All right. I have my fists and no spells. Let's do this.
Oh boy.
Wow, these guys are slow. Okay, so is everyone on there?
Yeah.
Raja Lash, Carlias, Arden, Prime, and Walter. So the first person to react, the ones which are able to move are the really obvious tokens on the screen for the record. The statues of the dwarves are not like alive and moving around or anything like that. They're very obviously kind of like white, like the things from Game of Thrones kind of looking. Yeah, they're like 100% coming to alive and trying to get you. They pull out swords and move across the room. They're instantly drawn to Raja, who like backflips into the room. What would you like to do on your turn, Raja?
Well, my options are kind of limited with no spells and no weapons, so
Yeah.
I'm going to just kind of see what's going on, and then I'm going to walk here. I'm going to draw Carlias' pistol out of the holster and fire at. I'll fire at the white directly to our left, the westmost one.
All right. What are the stats of the pistol? Let's just see. You can do manual rolls because once you've done it once, you can just click up. Scar shot, yeah?
Yep.
So it's a d20 plus dex plus proficiency is your attack roll. Damage is a d10 plus dex.
Okay. All right. So the first shot is a 21,
21 is a hit,
and the second shot is a 19.
which is a hit. You said you're firing at the two at the
Western one in front
Yeah,
of me.
the one
one
directly to our left. Yeah.
top? Okay, yeah. The little guy or the big thing?
The white. Yeah, the little one.
Okay.
Is that +8 including your proficiency bonus too?
Yes.
Damn. I thought it wasn't, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Raja's
No.
broken.
No. That's that. And the damage is 10 plus dex, correct?
D10 plus your dex modifier.
Okay. So that is 21 damage.
21 damage, yeah. Like, Carlias, you're like running up the stairs. Raja's running back down them, pulls the gun out of your holster as you he turns and then just the sound is deafening inside this tower as it kind of ricochets off the walls. The white is moving towards you. You see it get hit by two of these shots. It explodes in kind of ice. When the bits of it fall off of it, they turn to ice and kind of shatter and disappear. The white continues to move towards you, however. Is that on your turn?
Raja just says sorry as he bang bang fires off 2 shots with it, and then kind of just tosses it up like right in front of Carlias, so it'd be easy to catch again.
Sure.
And
Carlias,
then-
keep an eye on how many bullets you got in there.
Yeah, and then I will. I can't. None of my bonus actions are relevant anymore. I don't think.
You can Zephyr
Oh wait!
strike with
Oh
a-
no! Wait! No! Yeah. Sorry. Can I add to that? Because it's been so long since I've done this.
Yeah.
I forgot.
That's right. I'm fucking with you as well, making you do crazy shit.
I forgot. What's
Slayer's
it called?
Eye?
Slayer's Eye. Thank you. That's the one. So, Slayer's Eye targeting the one to the same one, and then the extra 1d6. So it's 6 extra damage from Slayer's Eye. And this thing's an undead, is it not?
It's a favorite enemy, yeah.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so this is an extra. Hold on, I'm Rajaing. I forgot
back,
how to
everybody.
Raja. It's been a while.
I was waiting.
This is exactly how to Raja. Hey, it's an extra
Yeah,
this, and
it
then an
is.
extra this, and then you add this.
So that's okay. So it's 21 plus 6 for Slayer's Eye, and then +8 because favored enemy hit twice.
Okay. As before, just give me the total damage every time.
Okay, 10, 21 +8, 29, 35.
35 damage to the white there. You also, with Slayer's Eye, get all of its resistances and things. Yeah, you understand how to defeat it, kind of. So
correct, yeah.
You're aware that this thing is very resistant to necrotic damage, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical attacks or non-silvered weapons. It's immune to poison, and it has a sensitivity to sunlight, which will hurt you a little bit. So you're also aware that Scar Shot is not magical, right? You didn't get anything crazy going on with it. It's just a standard gun.
Yeah, I don't think it's magical.
Yeah, that's standard.
So the bullets
Rip
hit
my
and
damage.
and they don't do as much damage to the white, but you know it does some. It does some damage.
Yeah, so as I toss the weapon back, I'll just say, regular weapons aren't going to work much on these things, as I step around to the bottom left side of the stairs, and I'll end my turn here.
And then as he says that, I'll say, well, it's a good thing I have this. And I aim Sweet Song at the western one, the same one that he attacked.
Yes,
no
ma'am.
Sneak attack damage, because there isn't anybody over there. And here is the attack. It is a 28.
28 is a hit. Give me the damage.
And the damage is 9.
9 full damage to the same one.
To the same one.
Yeah, you see that the arrow strikes this thing. It seems to do like its full damage. Raja, you'll be aware with the Slayer's Eye. You see it kind of strike and it explodes part of this thing's shoulder away. It keeps coming. It keeps moving towards you, snapping its jaws, moving ahead of the ape-like thing, which is moving towards you as well. You guys would never have seen a Yeti, for sure, in the desert.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
Raja
a little...
heard tales of a Sam Squanch once, but this doesn't look right. It doesn't match it quite.
But that's another episode. I'm gonna do a little duck and hide here, just so that my eyes are just above the level of the stairs.
Alrighty. The white, which is across the room from you to the north, is gonna run all the way up to Walter, snapping his jaws, but he doesn't do anything to you, Walter. I guess he'd probably be here. You see him kind of come around the corner of the stairwell here and just... Raja, where you're stood as well, since you're there, you'll notice that at the top of this stairway, where the golden line is there, is a thick sheet of ice blocking your way from progressing upwards in the tower. But you can be on this stairway here, and this is like up and down. So up is that way, down is that way. And this is how you step out. So
Okay.
the white runs up to you but doesn't do anything. Carlias.
Do I see him poke over?
Do you see the white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately, I'm just gonna kind of push Lash down, just out of safety, and then 2 shots.
Nice. That is a natural
So,
20 and an 18.
natural 20.
Both hits.
So on the first, 7 piercing. Second, 16. So
16 plus 7, so 23 damage to this thing, which is reduced, unfortunately, to half, rounded down. So 11.
then he'll sit back where he was.
Cool. Yeah, I forget how you reload that gun. Is it an action?
Yeah.
I've forgotten everything about your class. Everything.
Take an action. I have 2 bullets left.
All right.
Didn't you have that bullshit to reload? Oh, no, you need the bullshit to fire on bonus action.
Yeah.
Arden Prime. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna walk up to the white and just turn my hand into a freaking blade and just necrotic swipe it.
Okay. Arden has some bullshit too now. You have 2 very broken characters, and Carlias' class, which is just does it when he's got both his guns and going, is a ridiculous amount of damage. You have a rogue with a magical weapon, and Walter's there too. Yeah, you got
25 to hit.
25 is a hit. Give me the damage, and I hope I set it up right. Yes.
11.
11 slashing and 1 necrotic, but these things are immune resistant to necrotic damage. So it is 11 damage. Are your attacks considered magical though? Yes, they are. So good for you. That
I feel like that's a lot of different aspects of my character this time around.
when I
Is
was
that-
when I was making
for
it,
you.
I was like, I feel like since it doesn't matter at this point how broken they are, it would just be awesome to just make him ridiculous. So yeah,
All of our characters are different levels of broken. They really are.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, to be honest. And like, there was a point halfway through the campaign where I was like, fuck this. This is winding me up. And then I was like, Dad, Joe, fuck it. Let's just see what the fuck goes on. And the only time I ever wanted to test you was with that final dungeon. And I feel like I did. And I got it out of my system and I feel good about whatever the fuck happens now. So Arden comes in and just his hand just kind of T1000s into this huge globulous blade and hardens, and he swipes this thing. Again, it shatters a lot of this ice off of it. It's still up and it's still coming for you. Is that your
Wait,
turn?
can it be a hammer with my face as the hammerhead?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's what happens. Yeah, you hit it and just smash bits off of this thing. And again, as you hit it, you notice it kind of turns back into its icy form, kind of as the bits fall off of it and they shatter across the ground. Walter, your turn.
I feel like, by the way, Walter is like just getting to the top of the stairs. Like that's what this is the way he was walking with a huge pack the entire time up the whole stairs. He's gonna come up, see this guy running at me. I'm gonna double Eldritch Blast this one right here. Is that at like any disadvantage because he's right there? I can't remember.
It's a ranged attack, so yeah, it will be disadvantage. Anything ranged at melee range is disadvantage unless you have bullshit that lets you not.
I don't know if I. Wow, this is a lot on my character sheet. Jeez. I forgot this entire character. I'm just gonna do double Eldritch Blast.
I also got used to dealing with level 3 for a little while, and then I was like, oh, they're level 8. Goddamn.
Disadvantage on both. Submit. 8, a natural 1 on the first, and a natural 1 on the second. What?
What the fuck, dude?
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with my. I have some bullshit now that I like to use with natural ones instead of it instead of it just hitting people around you. I do have a set of consequences. Please roll me 2d20s, Walter.
Oh my god, what have you done, Walter?
Didn't we? Were we doing wild magic searches on whatever it is, or no?
I forget how we did wild magic for your character.
Fuck, I had wild magic. Gee, fuck. All right, a 4 and a 4 on the 2d20.
Wow, this is amazing because the thing that I was gonna do was originally I would always do you hit an ally, and that is what number 4 is on this list. You miss your foe, but hit an ally within 5 feet of them. One hits Lash, one hits Arden. Please roll me the damage. First one for Lash, second one for Arden.
Sorry guys. All right, Lash takes 4 damage.
Ow!
Arden takes 2 damage.
I feel like you're like doing that fucking Iron Man thing where you're like, and it just hits them. They just bang. They just get smacked by this kind of energy. Like, ow.
Oh, Walter!
Sorry. You just really surprised me. That's right there.
Oh,
At least you didn't kill me this time.
Sorry.
It's probably been 2
Can I get
months since
Roswell?
you've been in a fight. The next
That's my
white
turn.
is going to run up to Arden. I don't think he can make it either. Nope. So he's just going to run towards you, Arden. The other guy over here, I think probably the same thing, will run towards the group here. So he's just going to run at you and do nothing. And then the same for the Yeti, who might be able to move more. Can, but probably not enough. No. He just runs there. He's going to run. This thing is fucking huge, by the way. This just not it looks like an enormous kind of ape-like beast with white fur, and it runs on all fours to you. And once it gets in front of you, it stands up like a human and reveals this enormous size. And then there are these kind of zombie-like things bringing up swords to come in and swing at you. So That brings us back around to the top of the round, Raja. I did want to send you guys like improvised weapons and stuff, and I forgot.
Okay, man, we got shanks, ice shanks.
But there is.
There you go.
Just grab an icicle, stab somebody with it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking my options are grab Carlisle's gun again, although he might shoot me if I try. Grab the bow and take a shot with that, or try to grab one of their swords away, stab them with that.
Yeah, I would obviously let you have the bow.
Fucking hot potatoing weapons.
Yeah,
I know.
You can pinch him.
I'm trying to figure. I think I could either keep the hot potatoing, but I think realistically, I just need to get them off of our ranged people. So I'm going to step back here and then jump through. Can I even do that? Okay, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to take the dodge action, and then I'm going to move here, and then here. So I'll lead an opportunity attack from that guy on the top right.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna roll on the screen for this guy. He swings. He's gonna swing a long sword at you just wildly with one hand here, and completely fuck it up.
Wow.
Let's see what.
It rolls a natural
Let's
one,
see what
too.
happens to him. Natural one for him.
Yeah, give it that Walter luck. Take my luck.
Raja, roll me a d20. I'll let you decide what happens to him.
Okay. 7.
A 7 is your opponent gets a free grapple check on you. Do you want to grab him?
Yes.
All right. You now have him grappled. You just get behind him and what's that thing called? The like classic like
A full Nelson.
you full Nelson him, and it just
Okay.
and you just have him now, and he's grappled, so it'll be a lot easier for the others to hit. Should they not fuck it up?
In that case, I'm still gonna move to where I intended to move. I'll just drag him one space to the left with me.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that. So you go there, and is that where you're ending? Where do you want him?
So it was the topmost one moves one spot to the left because I dragged him with me.
Cool.
There we go. Now I've got all 3 whites on me, guys. So I really hope this plan works.
Lash, your turn.
I assume since I'm close, I can disengage as a bonus. So I'm gonna do that so they can't hit me, and I'm actually gonna fly up. So I'm sort of in the air. Well, I'm in the air, over here.
They will get opportunity attacks on you if you fly away from them.
Okay, because it doesn't disengage.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear disengage. Sorry, yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I'm disengaging, flying up over here, and then is the one that Raja has grappled the one that we attacked first?
Grapple boy
Or is that the southernmost one?
Is the one. I'll put a blue dot on his little token there.
The arrow that I'm pointing to is the one we attacked first.
The one we attacked first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've split our damage between 2 of them, have we not? Because I shot the one directly left, but then Carlisle shot the one above us. Yeah.
The bottommost 2 are injured.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Sounds
split
good.
our damage.
The one that's grappled is not injured.
The one that's grappled is not injured. Okay.
Correct.
I will attack the one immediately south of the one that is grappled, so the middle one, and I will attack with Sweet Song, and the attack is a 26.
That is a 26, which is a hit. You get sneak attack because you have.
I
people
do
next
get
to it.
sneak attack.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Here it comes.
So there's one thing. I'll tally it for you. And it is 22 magical damage.
22 magical damage is enough to destroy this thing. You put an arrow through its face, and it just you see its whole head shatter into ice. The whole thing falls to ice underfoot. Just the ice rolls across the floor and begins to slowly melt. In the corner over here, or wherever it came from, I can't remember which one came from where, but I think this one came from over here. It begins to slowly regrow, but as a statue, it is dead. But the statue begins to reform.
Okay.
In the corner.
We have no idea, right? We just see it fucking
Right.
the ground again.
So
They're respawning.
that brings us to the white, which is next to Ardin. I'm gonna see what he gives a fuck about. He gives a fuck about Raja. and he is going to attempt to. Let me just remind myself what this thing can do here. All right, he's going to swing his sword at you wildly with 2 hands. 21. Raja.
It would be at a
12,
disadvantage because of my dodge action, yeah?
You're dodging it. And 12, I assume, will be a miss.
That's a miss.
Even without any armor on. And then he is going to attempt to drain your life.
Wait, he can do both at once?
Yeah. Wouldn't that hit because the attack of opportunity was used for the dodge? Or is it
No.
whole turn?
Until my next turn, evereveryone attacking me is at disadvantage
That's
because
what
I'm
dodge
dodging.
does, yeah. He's used his
I thought it
action.
was 1.
He
He
grabs out at you, his hands glowing a light blue as he attempts to do some sort of weird, horrible magic at you. But he misses you, and you're holding this thing and you're avoiding it, and it's swiping into the other white and missing you, and you're dodging around quite easily, able to deal with these slow-moving kind of zombie creatures.
Gonna look at those glowing hands with my freaking Sharingan and go, no, you don't. And just keep that other white between us, like using him as a human shield.
Yes, he is attempting to drain your life. Carlia, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
All right, checking the gun. Got 2 more bullets in the barrel. Do I see the Yeti?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Yeti is like in the at the top of the stairwell, just kind of like bearing down on whoever he's going to bear down on.
Oh, so he's not on this floor. He's up above.
He's on this floor. The only things that are above you are these few steps, like here. You can imagine that you kind of step out here, or you can go down that way. The map is not. There's not that many options for stairs on Roll20, so this is just the best I could do. But you can step off the floor here and also go down here, or you can go up here. But he is on the first floor entranceway, just bearing down on you as you're kind of on those steps directly ahead of it.
I'm just gonna go straight forward. 2 shots. One of them I'm gonna have advantage on. Spending a grip point.
Okay.
So first shot advantage. I'll roll another one. So that's 27.
2 hits. Oh no, 1 hit. Yeah, and then
No, 27 on the first shot.
27
and
on the first, and then the second shot, 28. 2 hits.
Nice.
11 on the first, 8 on the second, 19.
Nice. Yeah.
About half.
These bullets do the same thing. As they hit him, you see the bullets pass through him and shatter him. He doesn't bleed or anything. It just, part of him turns to ice and falls to the ground at the floor and begins to melt. He continues to come at you. 19 damage in total is not bad. Anything else on your
I'm gonna
turn?
move up and join Walter, and then just shout out, "Well, that's me out."
You have ammo. You have
sit
ammo.
down.
I feel like a box of ammo came out with it.
Oh, I do have ammo.
Yeah. You and Lash both got your quiver of arrows and a box of bullets.
Can you have a quiver of bullets? It sounds better.
A quiver of bullets. You have a quiver of
He's
bullets.
got the bandolier. The belt on his chest.
Oh yeah,
bandolier?
yeah. You have the bandolier. Yeah.
Just want to stick his hand into a big old bag and just run it around for
It's like grabbing BBs. You just
yeah.
If he had a box, he'd just shove the gun in, rattle it around, and probably back out.
Your turn, Arden Prime.
The same one that I was attacking. Just gonna necrotic slash him again.
Okay.
Or necrotic hammer face him. Hey,
The
I think I've
hammer-
rolled.
Wow.
Like every turn.
Hammer hits
All
on
right,
a 24.
5 slashing, 1 necrotic.
5 slash as you see the thing's jaw just snap off, turn to ice in the air and shatter on the ground behind it. It is still up, though. Anything else?
Do I still have my war domain stuff, or is it now the new stuff?
Yeah, you have your channel divinity. You just don't have spell casting. So anything that comes with spell casting doesn't count. But any just class-based abilities like channel divinity or Raja's Slayer's Eye and stuff like that, you will have.
I'll use that since I attacked once. I'll use my channel divinity from war domain to use my bonus action to do one more regular attack, since this is my regular attack now.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
11 slashing, 3 necrotic.
Nice. VO like that
Hi,
as
VO.
well.
Feels real fucking stoked on that roll, man. That's good damage.
And you deal 11 damage to it, and I feel like you probably just destroy one of its arms. Just the arm falls off, spins behind it, turns to ice, and shatters on the ground. It's still up, but this one's kind of fucked. Walter, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to. I'm gonna Tides of Chaos. So use my wild magic bullshit. Get advantage on the first Eldritch Blast here, or wait. I am going to spend. How many is it? What is the 2 for 1? Twinned. Sorry, equal to spells level. Yep. 1 point of the spell is a cantrip. All right, so 2 sorcery points. 1 sorcery point. I'm gonna twin this firebolt and go to the Yeti and the white.
Okay.
The damaged white. So
The attack rolls.
Advantage on the Yeti hit. It's a 10.
Okay. Wow.
And then on the white, that's a 21 to hit.
Are you hitting the white that's here, grappled?
The one below that.
This one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's at disadvantage. My bad.
Yeah.
That's
you try
at
and hit the
disadvantage.
grappled one that Raj has got. It would be advantage, I think. Grappled.
Doesn't grappled? I've already said I'm hitting the other one, so I'll just roll the. So it's a 13 to hit.
A 13 to hit. Neither of your firebolts hit. Unfortunately, you just again, and they just. You see them launch outwards, and they hit the walls where the ice is, and they do not even melt the ice in the slightest. They just they fizzle out as if before they even really hit the ice, they are reduced. The heat is removed from the fire.
I would like to look at Walter over the thing that I'm wrestling and go, kill this one!
I'm sorry, I think Kenneth is still in there a little bit. It's kind of hard to. 72 on the wild magic.
Oh my god, I've forgotten about where the fuck is
doing it.
wild magic.
He's
Wild
doing
magic.
it.
72.
Well, you can. Oh wait, no, this one I have to. We rolled. So this is 72. You gain resistance to all damage for the next minute.
Bam!
Bam! All right,
baby. Yeah, you
Just pick him up and throw him at the whites then.
your skin hardens up.
Like hardened on a metapod.
Yeah, you just metapod. You get like a sheen to you, like that weird anime sheen. Just zing.
Yes,
You look a bit like that guy from My Hero Academia that's able to harden himself with the lines in his skin.
Yeah.
And you, for 1 minute, you have resistance to all damage. Nice. The white that is grappled will attempt to break free. Give me a athletics check, please. Raja, as this thing is wildly trying to break free of you.
I rolled a 14 athletics.
You continue to hold on to him as it rolls an 8, and you just you feel it like, and it's not very strong compared to you necessarily. It's just it's struggling to break free of your grip. That actually ends its turn and brings us to the Yeti, who is pissed. Let's see, who shot the Yeti? Carlias shot the Yeti.
I did, but I missed.
I shot the shoulder.
Cut.
Carlias, you see the Yeti. As soon as you shoot it, bang, bang, it turns its eyes to you, and there's a mesmerizing look to its eyes. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
11.
That is a very low roll for somebody with a +6 con. You take, bam, 7 cold damage, and you are also paralyzed for 1 minute, unless you're immune to cold damage, which you're not. You can repeat a con save at the end of your turn to try and break free. That is the Yeti's chilling gaze. And Carlias just bang, bang, and then suddenly he just stops. And the Yeti is kind of looking at you, Carlias, and it licks its lips.
Didn't any
Raja.
part of me move at all?
No, nothing.
Like,
Your eyes
can
can move.
on my eyes. I'm not like. I can't
I'll allow
muffle.
it. You can do some mumbles.
Trying to get Walter's attention.
Carlos, what? Sally fell down the well again?
Raja, what do you want to do on your turn? These two are going to try and have a conversation.
Hey, I got that one.
I'll maintain my grapple on that one white, but I'm going to use my bonus action to shift my Slayer's Eye to the Yeti, as I'm now perceiving this thing as a bigger problem than the whites.
Yeah.
And then for my action, I will. Heck, I'm just gonna dodge again because I feel like I'm much more useful drawing their attacks than anything else. And I'm going to drag the white southeast. I'm going to step southeast and pull that white into the space I was just occupying.
Yep.
And I can't really do anything else with it, like mechanically. So I'm just like holding it up to the Yeti, like, "Hey, I got your buddy," and that's my turn.
Okay, yeah. The white is dragged backwards, kind of break free still. The Yeti has kind of fixed its gaze on Carlias for a moment and then sees you creep into the area. You also are aware now with your Slayer's Eye that it is immune to cold, but it does have a fear of fire. It's not a vulnerability, but if it takes fire damage, it's gonna upset it in a way that would benefit you guys a lot. It doesn't like fire.
Yeah, I'll just immediately say, "Walter, fry the big one."
I'm trying.
Lash, your turn.
Right. It's too bad I didn't get my flame arrows. I just have club arrows. I'm gonna go for the one that is north of Raja, because I know that he is injured. Sweet Song coming at him. 18 to hit.
18 is a hit.
And the damage, I'll roll sneak attack after, is 17 magical damage.
Doesn't even need flame arrows.
Doesn't need flame arrows. You explode this one's head next. It turns to ice the same way, falls down, shattering into ice, and then it begins to reform behind you as an actual statue. Where it ran from, assuming it was one of those ones that ran from up there somewhere. Yeah, you destroy this one. There's now only one white left, and the Yeti screeching at the center of the stairwell. You moving around?
I think I will actually zoom down to here.
For the record, these floors
flying,
are 20 feet tall.
Okay.
Above you.
I'm probably 12 feet in the air.
Okay. Carlias.
I gotta roll a constitution.
Give me a con save, yeah. Also, you get paralyzed a lot, don't you?
Natural 26.
Damn, son. That's so good. I'm gonna let you take an attack action if you want, or take an action. You break free of this thing. You're not afraid of it. You've seen way scarier things, like Arden.
Do I get my bonus?
Yeah, you can have your full turn. That was the start of your turn now.
All right, I'm gonna reload on the action, then action surge for the bonus. So I get my 2 attacks back.
You don't need to use a bonus to action surge, do you? Oh no, you do. Right? Or do you just get an action surge? Is that a bonus? I don't
think.
anymore.
No, you just action surge.
I thought you
don't
just do action surge. I can't remember.
Action surge is its own separate ability. You didn't just choose to activate it.
I thought so as well. So I think you just get an extra action. It's just +1 action.
Yeah, you don't use anything for it. Just extra action.
Sure. So reload and then shoot off 2 shots.
All right, give me the 2 shots.
So 25, 28.
2 hits. 25, 28. Sorry.
Damn.
Couldn't help
12,
it.
14,
Bruce Buffer, you
26.
there. 26 damage to the Yeti. It's a lot. You explode this thing's midriff. It now has a big hole in the center of its body that just goes through, but as you look inside, it's ice inside. Even though it looks like flesh on the outside, it's ice on the inside of this huge hole that's been made by these hand cannons. But it is still alive and still moving around. Is that the end of your turn there?
Yep.
All right. So that brings us to Arden Prime.
Same thing. Necrotic swipe on. So there's one white left, right?
There is. He's been grappled by Raja. So do you get attack advantage attacks on him?
He does not.
He doesn't.
No.
Oh, that's restrained. Grappled is not restrained.
Hmm.
Okay.
Correct. I'm blocking its movement, but I'm not preventing it from blocking, so it can still defend itself.
Yeah.
No, if it's restrained, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the
it's
creature's
grappled,
attack
not
rolls have a
restrained.
disadvantage.
Yeah, but it's not restrained. It's
Oh,
grappled.
yeah,
sorry,
They're
I'm
not
an
the
idiot.
same.
I was getting
My bad.
confused as well.
I
It sounds like it should be the same thing, but it's not.
Heard what you said.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
the
Restrained would be like
standard
wrapped up
attack
in
roll.
chains and ropes. I'm just holding onto it so it can't run away.
Or you like pinning him down or something, yeah.
Natural 21. And by natural 21, I mean only Arden can do a
normal
natural.
21. That is a hit.
What's a natural 21?
I'll let you be Arden one day, and you'll find out.
Okay.
10 slashing, 2 necrotic.
Pretty good, yeah. You just smack this thing in the chest, and you see it crumble inwards. Part of the ice falls down in front of it, but this one was uninjured up until that point, so it's still up. Anything else?
Nah, that's good.
Walter brings us to you.
Wait, I duck and cover when Walter's about to hit me.
Fair enough, yeah.
I'm taking a pot out of the bag, and I'm throwing it to Raja, or a pan, and saying, use this as a weapon.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, what are
Looks
you
very
throwing
proud
in?
of himself. I'm giving him a pan from my bag, like one of the cooking, like frying pans.
You don't
that
have
we
a
have.
bag.
We don't have any of our. I thought you said like just our armor was.
No, your equipment, all of it.
Oh my god!
Even our cooking equipment.
All of your cooking
Go to
equipment,
give him the
everything
cooking
is gone.
equipment.
Yeah.
The savage.
You don't
They
have
took
the
the pans too.
You don't have
monster.
bag, you don't paper, pens, all that normal stuff. Bedroll.
This railing here, is it quick enough that I can hop over? Or sorry, low enough that I can hop over, or would I
Yeah.
have to do something
No,
for
you
it?
can jump over it.
Okay, I'm just gonna do the 2 hands.
You guys are
hop
level
over
2.
it.
You can do what the fuck you want.
Come up here with my movement, and then double Eldritch Blast that white real quick.
Okay. Give me the attack rolls.
It's 26. Oh my god, finally. And a 25.
2 hits.
Whew. 9 damage and 9 damaged.
Nice. Yeah, you just... It's the same thing. You see them strike the front of this white, and it kind of crumbles and caves its chest in. The bits of it that fall off reveal an icy underlayer, and it's like it's missing a lot of its chest and stomach area, but it is still standing.
That's the action. Don't have any other balls.
Oh,
no,
my lord.
that's my turn.
All right.
Yeah.
White attempts to just fucking grab Raja.
It's grabbing back at me instead of trying to get away.
It's gonna grab
Okay.
back at you. I don't think it thinks it can get away. It's
Okay.
It's not as dumb as a zombie, so it's gonna attempt to just grab at you. Does it have any bullshit? No. It's just restraint, like it can't move. So it's gonna use the life drain. On a 13 is a miss. And then it's just stabbing backwards with its sword on a 12. It's just, you see one hand come backwards and you just easily avoid it as it's like glowing. The sword swipes wildly over your head.
Yeah, Raja just looks bemused as he just dodges the relatively easy to dodge swings.
Yeah. The Yeti is going to swipe one hand at Raja, one hand at Carlias. First attack at Raja on a 13 is a miss, and the second on an 18 at Carlias without your armor. You probably still have a high AC as well. It'll be your 10 plus your dex.
I think.
I
Right?
have 15, but it's a hit still.
Okay, so the claw swings at you, dealing 9 slashing damage and 5 cold damage as this thing just wildly swings a huge paw towards Raja. Raja avoiding it, and then the next one comes around and just clubs you in the side of the head. You notice that the claw also deals some cold damage. There's a little frost to the side of your face on your beard, and this thing cuts a nasty little cut open above your eye, bleeding. A bleeding dwarf. Raja, your turn.
How much does this white weigh?
Oh, here we go, boys.
I would
You said that
say
they're mostly bones and it's got holes missing in the middle of it, so I assume it's not heavy, right?
it looks real, but actually it's kind of made of ice. As you see these things being broken, you can see that it's almost an illusion that they look like what they look like. So it's actually relatively heavy because it's like a human-sized block of ice. It's deceivingly heavy, I would say.
Okay.
As opposed to what it should be, which is very light because it should be like a zombie.
I am going to attempt to suplex the white.
Give me an athletics check.
Since I already have it locked in a full Nelson anyway, I'm just going to try and heave it up and then slam it backwards onto its head.
Sure. Give me an athletics check. I'll make you do a dex save to contest you to see how well.
I have rolled a 5 on my athletics.
You just it's
just
way heavier
fall
than
over
you
backwards
expect.
with it.
I don't think you fall over. I just don't think you get it anyway. Like you're like, why is it so heavy? Why is it so heavy? Doom. Like it's at that moment you realize that it's just an ice block, almost literally, and it's very, very difficult to lift off the ground. It's a lot heavier than it should be. It wriggles as well to make it even more difficult, and you just kind of lift it up and boom, it lands in front of you.
Well, okay, I'll just look back to it and say, I tried. I'm sorry. Just go back to holding on to it.
Yeah, Lash.
I'm gonna shoot that the icy hole in that Yeti, and I've got Carlias right there. So if it hits it's a 12.
You want to shoot at the hole?
I shot at the hole, but
12 hits.
12 hits, and the damage is yoink, and this.
All the damage.
Oof! 32 magical damage!
Just racking up the kills today as you just fire another one. It hits this Yeti in the face. The face explodes into ice. The Yeti explodes into a lot of ice. It kind of runs down the stairs, Carlias. You probably have to avoid some cubes of ice as they run down the stairs in front of you. And this thing, as well, is reduced to ice and turns into a statue in the corner again. Lash with just the pure damage and kills.
Murderness.
Has anyone else killed one yet?
I'm gonna move.
I've spent a whole match holding on to them.
Lash, kill them all.
I'm coming for him.
I don't think you'll kill them all, depending on what Carlias does now.
I've moved, and that's my turn.
All right, I'm gonna run up to Raja, and I'm gonna be like, "All right, you can't do it alone. Double team."
All right, here we go.
And we'll try and double team
Carlias,
suplex.
give me an athletics check with advantage. I'll give it a dex. Oh
7.
my god! The two of you lift this thing. And on a 7, it's not enough. You just both lift, and the thing just wriggles a lot.
Arden!
It lands in front of you, and it's so heavy. It's way heavier than it should be.
Arden!
You want to punch it in the head?
I'm still trying to lift. I'm actively trying to lift it still.
Like DDT it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'll just transform my hammer into just a big arm and just grab it on the head and pick it up.
Are you gonna try and we triple power
Yeah,
bomb?
I'm just gonna grab it and fling it down the stairs or wherever they were trying to do.
All right, give me an athletics check with advantage. Arden's super fucking strong now as well, I think. A 20. Yeah, you three triple powerbomb this thing down the stairs. It just Arden gives you the extra oomph. You two lift it from underneath, and then you both go over. The hand helps you push it. The thing just explodes into ice. Like Raj and Carlias, give me dex saves to try not to like slide down the stairs. Because I feel like you're not expecting the power.
20 from Carlias.
Carlias.
Nice.
Yeah, you explode this thing, and then you both spin and turn around. The ice cubes launch down the stairs. The white reforms at the other end of the room, and a magical gift box appears on one side of the room. The ice above you, in the doorway above you, melts.
I'm sorry, I just can't get the image of triple power bombing a zombie.
Looking over at Lash, like, did they just do that?
I'm just nodding vigorously.
God, they killed him.
Another mystery box appears in the room. All of these statues around. The ice melts, allowing you up to the second floor, and that's where we're going to go to a break for the evening. Before you guys open that box there and retrieve another item or some spells, you can work out what you want to do, or whether you want to take another mystery item. Thank you very much for watching, people watching. I hope you're enjoying the show. I'm just fucking around because it's just fun playing with these guys again. And they remain as broken as they were before. I don't think I did anything with those enemies. I feel like 3 whites and a Yeti is too much. I was considering putting 2 Yetis in. I was like, I don't know, because I don't know what they will have. Too little. I was like, I don't know what they will have unlocked at this point, and I don't know what that means for them. You guys, it's almost as if you literally had all your powers. Like, I just didn't even notice anything.
I did a grand total of 0 damage this fight.
Yeah, we're somehow crucial.
Still walk in the park for you guys. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Welcome to Table Story if you're new as well. We do a bunch of shows pretty much every night at this point, so you can check out the schedule below. And we have a Patreon for any GMs out there that has a bunch of GM goodies. If you want to support us on Patreon, we appreciate that too. We're going to go to a short break, 5 minutes or so. Go and grab yourself some ice cubes. Go grab yourself a white and powerbomb it down the stairs if you want. And we'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out.
See you in a few.
I got the elevator to work. We can get right to Grandpa's. It won't stop on any other floor. Just let's be careful. There might be something on the other side of it. Yeah, everybody like hide a little bit to the sides.
No. We need to use the elevator. You can't blow it up.
I won't blow it up. I'll just blow up what's inside the elevator.
There might be something inside. So like, let's go to the side. So if something comes out, we can.
There's another one on the other side of the block.
Yeah.
Okay, you can come over here. Come over here. Like you can aim it from over here.
That'd be much harder to get. You think I can curve a rocket? It's the first time I've ever used one.
I'm hiding.
Diving.
If you want to get yourself killed, Irish.
I'm not going to get myself killed. Look at this thing.
The door opens and it's full of robots.
Fire. Fuck it.
Irish is gonna get a surprise round, basically.
I'm gonna be dead in one hit. You watch.
Okay.
I have changed my favorite weapon, by the way, obviously.
Irish, why don't you give me your attack, please, with your rocket launcher? Where are you aiming this thing?
Let's go, baby. Dead center.
Okay.
I now finally have 5d6 on this. Can I get some buses in the chat, please, motherfuckers? To be sure, top of the morning to you, laddies. Bang! Fucking kidding me? Oh god! Sorry. It's jumping. It's fucking backward. Probably just fucking dropped the fucking rocket. Like I probably just went. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Jay Brotato has an announcement about bits.
I do. If any of you are deciding to give bits this month in December to the channel here, make sure to put #charity in the message. Twitch is giving 20 cents. 20 cents of every dollar of bits given to Direct Relief if you use #charity. You guys make sure you use #charity. In chat, if you see someone dropping bits that doesn't use #charity, yell at them.
Shame them.
It's free money for Direct Relief. Shame. Get the shame bells out.
Get the shame bells out.
All right. Well,
there you go.
Yeah, Twitch will be matching that 20%. So the broadcaster still gets all of it.
Every bits. Oh.
Hey!
I'm pissed I forgot to do this at the beginning of the session.
Yeah. Maybe next time, although you never need to get a train again because Raja can teleport. So, you guys defeat these icy statue creatures and they return to actual statues. You also see the statues of 5 dwarves that you presume are the dwarves that were sent yesterday to investigate. They didn't make it past this room. However, one of those very large gift boxes appears in the room, and you guys can open the box, and I guess Raja probably walks over to it and kicks it over again, and a bunch of stuff potentially spills out. You can unlock 1 piece of equipment, 1 set of spells at a single level, your armor, or you can take a mystery gift. Up to you.
Fuck, man.
You can get another Helm of Teleportation.
I hate you for this. I wish I could just get all my spells unlocked in 1, but that would be so OP.
That would be like me getting my gun back, my revolver, my revolver and my Tulwar and my holy water back all in one go.
Yeah, it's the full combo. I don't know what I'm gonna take. What are you guys gonna take? I don't want to take up the whole air.
Do you guys know how long it's been since I've powerbombed a white?
How long?
42 years?
56. Actually, I've never done that one before. That's longer than 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably a few minutes just on one of your side stories now that it's snowing. Doing it before the stream.
I'm gonna go for that mystery gift.
You would think that
I'm
you would
taking
think
my
that we would
level
have
3s back.
spent our break time like discussing what we should get, but no.
No, it was just all 30 years ago jokes.
No nonsense.
I'm taking my level 3s back.
Okay, choose taking me a 1d10. You're taking your level 3 spells, Walter.
/ roll 1d10.
We got into that fight.
I got a help.
She got another help.
Oh my god!
We're selling this one, boys. We're gonna be rich.
Look what you've done, Brad. Damn, now I kind of want to just take it.
Oh my
We got into that fight, and I was thinking to myself, we need more helms and
When
teleport.
I was making up this table, I was like, shall I have it? If they get one thing, I'll replace it with something else. And I was like, oh, it might be better if I do lump of coal. And then I was like, oh, that'll dissuade them from doing the roll. And I was like, I kind of like the mystery gift idea because it's kind of a holiday special. You're supposed to be getting gifts. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll just have it be like doubled up because the odds. What are the odds? Fucking 100%.
Yeah, technically, I would like to point out the chat is saying Lash can now fly and teleport.
It's yeah.
But also, when she has her bag, she can fly and teleport whilst invisible.
And you're also technically a time traveler, so you're now Hiro Nakamura. We need to get you a katana. This is ridiculous. Okay, so another helm of teleportation spills out towards you, Lash. How does yours look?
I think this is amazing.
Raja's is a beanie of teleportation, right? Like,
yeah, this is like is it leather? You said it was brown. Is it leather?
Yeah, mine was like just like when I said beanie, I just meant in the sense that it's like form fitting, just like a very tight cap. But it's like a brown leather, cap, and that's it. Very basic.
I think mine is very scuffed looking black leather, and maybe it's also kind of form fitting. Maybe
Does it have? It doesn't have a trail of raven feathers coming out the back?
I wish it did.
Can you please have those like ear flaps like the Ushanka
I was just gonna say, I was like, those flaps coming
or like
out.
the softball baseball helmets they wear. How it's just like a leather. It looks like a cut up leather watermelon. Like
that.
you have a helm of teleportation that spills out and looks somewhat similar to Raja's, but with some different trim. It's not even
I
been
can
10
sense
minutes,
Raja
so
and I are
Walter,
going to be
you
playing
can
some
tell
games.
that it's the same thing. Yeah, for sure. Who hasn't done a thing? Carlias?
I don't know what he would take, because if he takes his other gun, Cerberus, he's set.
Excuse me.
But I think he's kind of looking at the others like, just get him random gifts. The hell?
I got my spells back.
See, that's the great thing about Lash and Carlias. They just need their bow or their 2 guns back, and they're set. I need to get my spells back. I need to get my gun back. I need to get my sword back.
It's holy water. I'm kind of twirling the home run going, I wonder how much it's worth.
Whoa. I think that's the same as the one that Raja got.
I wonder, what do you think I could sell it for?
How much do you suppose a hat that can bring you anywhere would sell for?
Thousands.
Oh, we could probably make a hefty payday out of the extra.
We could find a way to make them, manufacture them, and then sell them. This would be, I think that'd be, I can learn this spell eventually when I get stronger, right? So then we can...
Yeah, you're probably only like, 30 years of training and you'll be able to make these hats.
You can actually see the dollar signs in last year's.
So the Cerberus pistol thing, revolver, spins out across the ice towards you, Carlias. You have your completely copyright-free revolver back. 3 chambers, special ability pistol. So now you've got both of them. You can reholster them both. And Arden, what do you take?
I want to. Okay, this is going to be a hard one. I've thought long and hard about this. Everyone, watch this. I'm gonna use my last 4th level spell for hallucinatory terrain again.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it a nice beach. Looks just amazing and beautiful. And then I'm gonna shapeshift into just like super muscly, like just wearing swim trunks, flex. Wow. And then I'm gonna get my 3rd level spells back.
Sure. Yeah, same thing happens. It turns into a beach.
And then I want that glitter to come back to me, and it's gonna make me look real good.
Yeah, like anime style, just like for long enough to allow it to happen. The waves appear behind you, some sand, a nice clear sky, some palm trees again appear. A bunch of glitter then sparkles across a very large, disgusting, but large, gloopy version of Arden before it all freezes over again.
Arden, you look amazing.
Lovely.
Thank you. Also, the train looked really nice. What do you think about that, Crappy?
There's a stomp on the ground again.
Stop it! It's annoying. I am trying to make a new kingdom.
That comes from down the stairs, and you can hear it a little clearer than you could hear before as the ice has melted on the stairwell.
Well,
we go up now.
I should get another item, or should I get my stuff back? I'm tempted to do another random item, but what if we end up with 3 helps of teleportation?
Then we're banking next time.
No, I will take my 1st level spells back.
Okay.
Walter would tell you to follow your heart.
And some glitter rolls across the ice and up towards Raja as he unlocks his 1st level spells. All right, are you guys progressing on?
Yeah, I want to see about these statues first.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, you can give me investigation checks on the statues if you'd like.
Yeah. See if we can tell if they're rocking a pulse or not. I got an 18.
18. Anyone else investigating the dwarven statues?
Still flexing.
Yeah, I'll take a look as well and see if I can figure out anything about them.
17 from Carlias.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do other than just roll investigation, so There it is, 19. I'm also going to grab, assuming they didn't dissipate or melt or something, I'm going to grab one of the long swords dropped by the whites when we killed them.
They did melt.
They did melt.
Everything on them melts. They're not really there, or at least you were able to determine eventually that they weren't physical. They were just ice being kind of presented to you as these things, or people-ish. The dwarves that you look at, you look at them over, and they're wearing relatively modern day clothing compared to the whites, which look like they were in kind of like an odd fashion, older looking items of clothing. You can see that the dwarves are wearing clothing that looks very similar to the fashion that you see in Shallow Scar. The armor that they're wearing is pretty standard looking chain shirts. A couple of them have swords, a couple of them have maces, one of them has a battle axe. They've each got their shields. The dwarves are for sure dead and turned to icy statues in a similar way that the other people here, the whites that you saw, and this ape-like creature have been. Any moment now, they could come to life under this strange bewitchment, this spell, and attack you in the same way. It looks like they've become part of the tower, or part of the spell, or part of Krampus's collection.
Are they like frozen solid inside blocks of ice, or are they more just like frosted over and frozen where they stand?
They look similar to the whites in that they look kind of like ice statues now. They're just really well made in that classic Medusa way, where you see a stone, you're like, wow, that's a really nice stone statue because it used to be a person. These are icy statues of the dwarves.
Right. Well, I will try. I'll try one more time to procure myself a weapon by trying to take one of the dwarves' swords from them.
Cool. Yeah, give me an athletics check.
A 6.
6. You are weak today.
Yeah. Athletics never been Roger's strong suit.
It's the cold.
You like try to snap one of these swords free of this icy statue, and it's you can't do it.
Hey,
it doesn't budge.
Walter, can you loosen this?
How? Maybe.
It's frozen.
Where's
It's
that-
frozen, stuck
that
inside. Can you heat it up?
Torch you had.
Yeah, just hold your torch
Yeah, I
next
can
to
try.
it.
I'll try the torch first. I'm gonna spark it back up and hold the torch next to this thing.
Yeah.
At the base of the weapon. Just...
At the base of the weapon, you see the dwarf's hand melt away, and then the icy sword falls to the ground.
There we go.
Oh wow, that actually worked.
Yeah, I'll take a. What is this? Is it just a standard long sword or short sword, or what is it?
It's a standard longsword for about 20 seconds before it starts to melt in your hand. As it's melting in your hand, you can see that it's reforming on the dwarven statue.
Wrecked.
Methinks there's a curse afoot here.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I mean, the fact that you just melted that dwarf's hand, I don't know if I should be offended or what.
Why? It wasn't your hand.
Carlias, I would like you to know that.
Still dwarfs.
Carlias, I would like you to know that should you ever die on our journeys, I will absolutely melt one of your hands to get to those guns.
I don't think my hands are gonna melt. They're made out of iron. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
That would be really cool.
Should we?
We should go up.
Come along, then. Carlias the fell-handed. Let's move. And start.
Carlias, you touched my gun, I kill you.
So
yeah, sorry about that.
Guys,
I didn't have many.
Not in terms of you, Raj. I meant the damn joke upstairs.
I'm just climbing the stairs.
Yeah.
Tried to stop it, didn't work. Went upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like as we're going up the stairs, Raj is like, by the way, now that you have 2 guns, just saying if this next floor has something on it that I can't punch.
You walk into a room with nothing in it that you probably want to punch. As you each head up to the second floor of the tower, you see 4 pedestals made of ice but relatively nicely presented that seem to come up out of the ground. Do you know what else there is as well? Because the entire tower has twice now turned into a beach, is that there are lots of palm trees around, but you can assume that they weren't there before you arrived. although they are there now. You see 3 pedestals set apart from another one across the room. On the 3 pedestals are 3 books. Each one has a demonic-looking face protruding from a leather cover, and each one is a different color. The first one is beige, belonged to somebody called Neil. The second one is red, and the third one is green. And upon the 4th pedestal, and I'll bring you over to the room so you can see it. If you can see it, can you see anything?
No, I have no vision.
Yeah, it's all blacked out.
Global illum. Oh, it's because I've got dynamic lighting on. I don't know why. There we go. Pedestals. You see it now?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
3 pedestals, and on the 4th pedestal there is an inscription. On the one on this side of the room over here. Other than that, there is like nothing in the room. Oh, and there is, sorry, the top of the stairs. As you step up to the this floor, you can see that the stairwell is blocked again with ice. This ice looks even thicker than it was on the previous floor, and etched into the wall of the ice are 3 demonic-looking faces, and the eyes seem to follow you around the room as you move.
That's weird.
Yeah, demons are not to be trifled with. Don't touch them at all.
Okay. I can't move my token, but I'm gonna start to walk over to.
I think you might all be on the map layer. Oh my god, everything's moving around. Sorry. There you go. You should all be able to move now.
We're truly in the age of Arden now.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over and start to inspect this.
Sure. Yeah. On the pedestal, which doesn't contain a book, you see an inscription, which says, Walter, if you wouldn't mind.
3 books of mine, 3 gifts that none should covet. Belsnickel's secrets guard the stairwell. Let the guessing begin before the tower forever freezes with you inside. I have no idea what this means. What's a Belsnickel?
I did this once. Lolly lay lulo.
Nothing happened.
I
don't know. I'm out of ideas.
Me,
He just looks at himself in the wall.
You can give me history check.
I think we should go to the books
want to recognize the name Belsnickel.
Belsnickel. History?
Okay.
History.
I will also do a history check. Is
12.
Belsnickel
17 from Carlisle.
I have rolled a 5, although I'm going to ask.
Raja, you can roll with advantage.
I was going to say, do I get advantage on it if this is a demon? Okay, I'll just click roll again. 16.
16, 17 from Carlisle, 12 from JW.
Sorry.
That's all right. The name Belsnickel does ring a bell with you, Carlisle, from an old story that maybe you had heard when you were younger. And Raja, you specifically try to investigate these things. It's the name of a demon that the parents would talk about at certain end-of-year harvests and festivals. The demon was said to sneak into rooms and steal things from children. It was known as Belsnickel, but it was also known as Krampus in various different parts of the world around Lacrin. Some people recognize that Belsnickel or Krampus is very real, and a lot of people believe it to be a demon that comes from an elemental plane of ice, which is kind of like a demonic realm, and he wants everything to be turned to ice because he has a lot of control within ice. He wants to exterminate the sun. He wants to prevent summer. He wants to quiet volcanoes all across the world. And the more cold the condition, the more powerful he is. And those are the 2 pieces of information. He's both a story about a demon that would steal things from naughty children, steal their gifts and steal the belongings from them, and also a rumored sort of demon from another plane, a cold plane.
And what do the books say as well? I'm gonna walk over to the books.
The books don't say anything. They're just three
They just
different
have
looking books. Yeah, one is beige, one is red, one is green,
Yeah.
and they have demonic faces on them that look very similar to the three which are on the ice.
Should I try and open it?
Do they say anything? Yeah, I'm
Nothing.
sizing up the books
No,
as well
nothing.
without touching them. There's no writing or anything. It's just book with face on it.
Book with face on it, yeah.
I'm gonna open it. I think I'm gonna open it.
All right.
Yeah.
It said the other book said we had to guess. Yeah.
Which book do you open?
The beige one.
Beige. All right.
Beige.
Whoa.
Secret time. I'm going to
Hold
send you
on.
a message, Jay.
Oh.
As you grab
Too
the
late.
book.
I've already opened it.
I mean, if he dies, it's not much of a secret anymore. Right? You know?
The secret is just I fucking hate you. That's it.
All right, so there you go. That is what happens to you. You pick it up and you open it up, and the pages are completely empty.
Seems like there's nothing in here.
Okay, but
To see, sir.
Nothing and nothing else happened, huh?
No, it's just a book. He picks it up, leather book, turns it over. The pages are empty.
Yeah, I'll kind of look over it and like flip through the pages too. But if there's nothing in there, just nothing. Okay, well, put that one back. Can I take the book? The three faces, are they distinct?
They look
on
exactly the same. The covers of the books look exactly the same, apart from the colors. The faces, which stick out of the leather, they're like protruding upwards a little, but they appear to be made out of leather as well. They're not alive or speaking or glowing or anything crazy. But they look like they could be carbon copy, like copy and pasted books, but with different colors.
And what about the faces on the wall? Are they also identical?
The three faces that are on the ice that blocks the way upstairs are exactly the same size and shape and look of these, but they're etchings into the ice. But they don't have colors and they don't have any. They look the same as well.
I'm gonna take the beige book over to the faces on the wall, and I'm just gonna hold the book up to the wall.
Sure. You hold the book up. Again, the eyes of the demons on the etchings seem to kind of follow you over to the ice in a weird way. You hold the book up. Nothing happens.
I'll just bring it back down. Well, I'm stumped. Maybe try a different book, and I'll put the beige one down.
maybe it wants all three.
Who knows?
Should we all try all threes?
I guess I'll open one of the other two. Someone want to open the last one?
I'll open the green one.
All right.
Should I? I'll do it. Pick it up. Pick up the beige one again.
Okay, so you have the beige one. Raj, you taking the red one? Raj, the red?
Yeah. It makes sense. I'll take the red one
All
for
right.
my namesake.
Here is your secret message on Zoom. And then Lash, you take the green one.
Yes.
Which is this secret message. Okay.
Okay, I have to ask you a question pertaining to that.
So, what do we do next?
Here's your secret message.
Well, guess we bring them to those faces, and I point to the ice on the stairs.
Roger, what should we do?
I look back at him silently.
Let's bring them to the.
So what should we do?
I wish.
You just look back. Right in the books.
I wish I knew
something that
I wish I knew what we
don't
could
tell people.
Spit it out, Rogers.
I wish I.
Oh, something.
I
happened
wish
to
I
him.
could talk.
Nah. I mean, with me
But I'm
around,
having
you
issues right now.
never gonna be able to talk. Just saying.
Yeah,
I don't know why you keep trying.
Seriously,
Well,
what's the
bring-
matter with you?
Bring the
Just stop.
books.
So bring the books to the doors?
Eat the books, he's saying. Eat the books.
Stop
I think Elias is on
talking.
to what happened, and he's just laughing.
For sure.
He's in the back just laughing his ass off.
All right.
So what are you laughing at, Corlias?
Bring them over here.
I'll pick up the book and walk over there with her.
Walking over.
Yep. Okay. So you take all of the books that you each picked up and take them over to the door. The demonic faces kind of look at you, and you hold the books up or wave them in front of them, and nothing changes. Everything remains the same.
Seriously, I'm stumped. I don't know what to do.
I don't have.
You're talking funny.
I don't have any.
Then you.
I don't
can't
have any
talk.
other ideas.
So what happened to you?
Keep talking.
Lashes?
I'm talking.
Keep talking.
I can talk.
Thank
what-
you.
Talking.
There are-
Okay, so
Don't
There
know
are-
what to
I
do.
can't speak unless you're.
He-
Also,
Okay.
So you can't
I'm
speak
gonna
unless we're speaking?
be
Thank you.
talking.
This is really hard.
I
Alright.
am talking very slowly. I
I
am.
feel a compulsion to end and start all my sentences with S. As well's. Says
Oh.
well's.
Hey, Raj, do you want me to make just a lot of noise so you can talk?
Fair light
But like
message.
a subtle noise?
yeah.
Okay, fine. Here. Da 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 da.
You know, that's a great song, Art, and I appreciate it. I don't.
Okay, well, there's no other.
I don't really have any other ideas.
Raja, you actually can. You can speak normally now.
Okay, that was weird. I don't know what just happened. Something.
What's happened?
You can stop now. I don't know what that was. Something seized my tongue there for a minute and I couldn't speak, but it appears to have gone away.
So how can you can talks, but I can't speaks without saying things with an S at the end?
I haven't the slightest idea, but apparently the faces
You know,
on the
you
wall.
remind me of a character from a story a long time ago.
You have to.
Just say precious.
So precious is.
So,
Right now, like, do
as
it in
you
a
look
really
at the-
demonic way.
as you look at the wall, one of the demonic faces is gone on the ice.
Oh,
See?
look!
It works. Sid.
Look! How?
Works.
But how?
And
Walter's
Rosna, how
gonna
do you
look at the faces and go. So I can't speak without saying things that end with an S. Sis.
Say hobbitses.
Hobbitses.
Raja, can you talk?
I was only able to make my mouth
Fox.
move when other people were talking at the same time, but it has suddenly gone away.
Well, then maybe that's the face.
Are you also noticing some sort of oddity with your speech?
Sinos. Yes.
You have to say words that
So
end
yes.
in S. Lash, is there something weird going on with you?
Maybe.
Did she read the book?
Ugh! Don't say that word.
One of the other faces disappears in
She?
the ice.
Ow!
Oh! I don't feel it. I can speak. Sis. I can speak normally.
Hold on. So the word,
Have
a
it.
thing which you read with starts with B. Is that hurting your ears all of a sudden, Lash?
Hurts.
Book?
It's dangerous.
Stop.
Ow!
Here. 1 second. Roger, can I see your book real quick?
No!
Just stop saying that word.
Oh.
Oh, can I see your publication of words and things?
I'll hand him the red text.
I'm gonna open it towards Walter. Read this.
Read what?
There's nothing there.
Damn it.
There's nothing on there.
Wait,
Never.
is it any word with the letter B?
Oh.
Broken.
She can't hear the word book. Pointing at the
The
door.
third demonic face
All right, let's refer
on
to
the
it as
wall
Coob. Okay?
disappears.
Say it the same
No, it's
backwards.
fine.
And then
Lash, book.
the ice begins to slowly melt.
Say it again.
And
Book.
feel fine.
Books.
Lash.
Say it
you do not-
again, Daddy.
You do not need
I
to
like
cringe
that
in
word.
pain or fear when someone mentions the word book. As the ice begins to melt, bing! Another
Oh, it's a
gift
present.
box
Present.
We're really good.
appears in front of
Can't
you.
stop. It's good.
I must admit, in all my years, that there was the strangest curse I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
You know, I think it would have been pretty funny if you talked with the S's throughout this entire escapade.
Stop with the S's, don't. That.
I love how all you did was just
Shall we,
force an
Walters?
S on the end of the word instead of.
Been a while.
It was the start of the sentence was really easy because it was like seems or seriously or so or should, but the end of it.
So his curse was every sentence he speaks must start and end with an S. Raja's was that he cannot speak unless someone else is speaking, and Lash's was that she cringes in pain or fear whenever someone mentions a book. Each of the books was cursed, and the only way to break it was that someone else had to say what your curse was. So, a box appears, and you can unlock another thing if you guys would like to.
Would someone else like to do the honors this time?
Hey, Brad.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Can I take out another Cerberus?
No, because you don't own another Cerberus.
That's clever.
You cannot. You can only take out something, or something just magically appears in front of you. But I'm just letting you guys pick out of character. Really, it's just that one of your things is what falls out when you open the box. Really,
I'm opening it.
But you can only take out one of the things that you own, not magically create one. What do you think this is?
was gonna
The effigy
say,
box?
I'm rolling mystery gift.
I was gonna take another gun like the Scar Shot.
Well, maybe there is another gun in there if you roll a d10 like Jay needs to do.
Hey! I'm like gingerly taking it off this time. Like,
Huh?
Seven. Ooh, you get, and I will send it to you in the Discord, so that you can put it somewhere or copy it into something somewhere. You get the brazier of commanding fire elementals, which
That's
is
gonna come in handy.
a wondrous
Does it
item.
spawn the elemental though? 'Cause-
While a fire burns in this brass brazier, you can use an action to speak the brazier's command word and summon a fire elemental as if you had cast conjure elemental spell. The brazier
now I'm a
can't
fucking
be
shaman
used
half elf.
this way again until the next dawn. So basically for you, a brazier falls out. I honestly don't think you've even been in here for 10 minutes, so you probably still have that spell up. So I'm just going to allow it.
Well, we were fighting for that was like 7 rounds. That actually, yeah, there was like 7 rounds. So it was,
it really hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
That fight only lasted like what?
Did you send this?
20 seconds.
So I saw the improvised thing that you would send, and I was like, oh, I got something that lets me make a melee weapon attack instead of an unarmed strike. Like, oh, fuck yeah, all right, okay.
Wow. So yeah, you get that, and if you look up the conjure elemental
God.
spell, you can kind of see what.
Wow, this is amazing. This is really cool.
What this is?
We're gonna see the next time we get into a fight, but I'm pretty sure I know what it does.
I'll take your word for it.
Carlias, are you taking a mystery gift? A 1. A lump of coal rolls out of the box and lands at your feet from above
Not
you.
like
Yes, this is very good, and stop stealing my shit.
Stealing all of his things from him.
I know exactly who to give this to, and it's gonna be a sweet revenge. A dragon somewhere in this damnation with this cold name on it.
What are the other 3 peeps doing here?
When you say we can take our things, does our whole backpack of items an option, or just weapons and armor?
1 item. 1 single.
I mean, like, are the things in the backpack an option? So, like, 1 item from your backpack, or is the backpack?
Oh
not
yeah,
an
no,
option?
1 item from your backpack, or 1 weapon, or 1 armor. You can take your armor and a shield, but I don't think you use a shield. Does anyone even use a shield in this whole thing?
Arden used to.
Did.
Raja can very effectively use a shield, but I just have chosen not to for most of the campaign.
So so it's just 1 equipment. You can take your bag, but it will just be the bag, right?
Sure.
Not,
yeah,
not
I'm
with
gonna
anything in it.
grab my quiver of 12 flame arrows.
Fire arrows roll out
Fire arrows, yeah.
across the ice towards you. Arden, Raja?
Well, Arden, and
I mean, mystery box? Let's do it. Let's see. Ooh.
7.
Look at me.
You also get
I'm a shaman
a
too.
brazier of commanding fire elementals.
oh my goodness, these duplicates. I know for
We're matching.
Twinsies.
This is awesome.
I mean, come on, it's a lot like Christmas to be
I
They
fair.
look
You
almost
guys-
exactly the same.
So this is like
slightly
it's like
different
a
color.
bowl basically.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was picturing that mace from the British Parliament.
Yeah.
I'm just
I was
gonna
on Twitter yesterday.
I'm gonna eyeball the lump of coal and be like, well, at the rate things are going with getting duplicates, I'm kind of worried that it would probably just be a lump of coal. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna reach into the box and pull out the black tulwar, get my enchanted sword back.
Sure. Yeah, you
Oh,
reclaim
there you
your
are.
weapon, the magical tulwar that you traded a beloved item for at the Things and Stuff shop, I think it was called,
Yep.
before the entire town was destroyed. So, tulwar, lump of coal, 2 braziers of commanding fire elementals. God damn. 2 helms of teleportation. I'm starting to think I don't actually want to run any more of these. And the flame arrows, which you got during the campaign, which I think deal an extra d4 of flame damage to something.
Yes, that is correct.
And potentially set it on fire. The magical box disappears, but the way is clear to head upstairs if you would like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going.
Going up.
Who?
Why are there so many Ardens?
You got,
Wait.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I tried to open up my character sheet again. I just started duplicating. I was like, well, that's cool.
That's a new Arden skill. Just split his sludge into multiple things.
Okay. I don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. I'm remembering this campaign very quickly.
Finally coming back.
You go up to the next floor. On this floor, you see nothing because for some reason dynamic lighting keeps turning on these maps. I don't know why. It did not dynamically light any of them apart from the first one because there was no point. Dynamic lighting off. Thank you. This floor is one of the eyries that you saw at the top of the tower when you were first approaching it. I'll put your character tokens on there in a second. As you walk out onto this floor, you see that at one point it was an eyrie, but the open parts of it are blocked with walls of ice. This would have been an area that you could have looked out of or flown out of on the back of something. Often towers are used to send people flying out on the back of things. They say a long time ago there were towers like this that the great wyvern riders of Rosegard launched their military from, and they would fly on the back of great big wyverns into battle. This, however, is iced over. There is also a creature here, a reindeer with a red nose that lies slaughtered on the ground as if it was eaten alive. Though with the cold atmosphere in here, it is being slightly preserved, so when it was killed, it's quite hard to determine. There is nothing else in here, but the stairway above you is covered in ice. I'm going to put your tokens at random onto the map layer again, because I'm really good at being a GM. Doesn't appear to be anything else here. Let me just throw you guys randomly on there. And Arden Prime, if you duplicate yourself, you lose a permanent D20 of HP.
Still worth.
What is this?
What do we do with this?
Object here?
A
that I'm
giant frozen over bucket that probably once somebody could wash in. It's big. That's about it. There's hay, which is frozen over. There's blood, which is under the ice, and blood, which is kind of on top of it. But everything does have a thin layer of ice over it. Also, you can kind of see out the ice through the thick walls of ice. You can see that there is the landscape beyond. It's very difficult to see through. If you want to look out, you can give me perception checks.
Somebody poke the body.
17 perception.
I'm gonna poke the body.
All right, perception check first, and then a poke of the body.
18 perception.
Bam, bam, bam. So everybody walks up maybe and wanders over to look out of the ice. You can see, all of you can see relatively clearly outside, and you can see that you're very high up. You would estimate that you're maybe like 150 feet up into the air, like really way too high up. You can see down, out over the kind of sand and snow. The train is still there, kind of stable and idle and waiting to continue. You don't see anything else going on out there. It's just the expanse of Dust Vale that was once sand and snow. To the west, there's the mountains, but nothing really seems to be going on. You look away and then maybe look back, and then you think, oh wait, the train looks a lot closer. Again, it looks like it's, now you look like you may be on like the third story built of a building, like you're looking down, it looks a lot closer. You can actually see people moving inside the windows. You look away, look back, and you're once again very high up. It's as if every time you look away, the size of this tower is changing. Other than that, you don't see anything out there.
The train's still there.
Yeah, looks like we still have time.
This place is.
Then I'm gonna go.
All right.
With my foot on the reindeer.
Yeah, as you do so.
Oh God.
You hear a, and Walter is suddenly entangled in a web, and he falls as if a net has caught you. Roll me a d6.
Oh God. 3.
You take 3 cold damage. You're still on the map layer as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
There we go.
There
So
we go.
yeah, you become entangled in this sort of icy web. It's like thin ice, rope-like ice-colored web that seems to be stuck to him, and he's completely trapped. He can't move.
Help!
Don't rush over there. You might end up entangled in whatever's snared him.
This is really cold.
It kind of serves you right for running up and poking the corpse. Can I see like the web thing that's holding him? Am I able to see it?
Yeah, for sure. It looks like a web of ice, like a net.
Okay, can I see what it's attached to or where it leads to?
Give me a perception check or an investigation check. 10. You can see that it's not attached to anything. It looks like it was shot from somewhere, though where is kind of hard to work out. You look about and can't see anything that is obvious that would have launched this kind of icy web at him.
Is there something in the room with us? An invisible spider, perhaps?
What do you mean invisible spider, Stess?
Spider? Why would you say
There's
that?
no such thing as an invisible spider, right?
There's no such thing as... What?
You know, in some places they wouldn't.
After all the things we've run into, you don't think a spider that can hide from plain sight would be possible? Okay, whatever. I'll try to keep my guard up as I go over to cut him loose.
Okay. As you approach Walter to cut him loose, there is a... As you get right next to him, pretty much in order to cut him loose, you have to move to about here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And an icy web ensnares Raja. Give me a 1d6.
A 3.
A 3. 3 cold damage as you are caught as well. You're restrained by this icy web, and you land next to Walter on the ground.
Hi, Raja.
All right, nobody move.
Yeah, don't come over here.
That's kind of hard.
Can I cut the crap off of myself?
No, it's bound you in such a way that your hands and your legs are at the most perfect angle that you can't seem to be able to free yourself. Although it doesn't feel like it would be too difficult for somebody else to cut you free.
You've got
What
me.
direction?
Can I fire blast Raja?
The sword tip is like a quarter of an inch away from being able to cut the thing off. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Hold on, Raja, stay still. Stay still.
Wait. Yeah, can I cut Walter loose from where I am if I can't cut myself loose?
You can give me Do you have what are you using? Your Tolwar?
Yeah, I was trying to use the Tolwar for it. That's the only blade I have.
Yeah, give me an attack roll with disadvantage if you want to try and cut each other free, or firebolt with disadvantage.
I'm gonna firebolt.
Oh boy.
It's okay, man. It's okay. A 24.
24. The firebolt launches out. It splits one of the strings that's holding your the bindings around you, Raja, and it burns it away, kind of like ice as opposed to rope. And yeah, Raja, you become free, or at least one of your arms becomes free enough.
Okay, I'll hack the web off him quickly then before we get restrained.
Yep. You can easily free yourselves now.
Okay. So as soon as he just cuts, as soon as Walter's cut, I'm just rolling. Just tucking and rolling.
All right, there's something in the room. Something that's not coming from nowhere. There's something in the room with us.
Oh wow, that was really
Which
cool.
way did they get like sent flying?
Wow.
Like, so if they're sending out, did they fall in front or behind or?
Give me an investigation check.
Is there a high ceiling?
Sorry, never mind.
It's 20 foot in here, like it was on the previous floors.
And when the web got
you
shot
can't tell,
out,
Carlias, which way they fell or what they slipped in different directions, maybe based on how they were stepping forward or something. Sorry, Tuesday.
when the web shot out at them, could we tell if it was coming from overhead?
You can give me a perception or an investigation check.
I'm gonna try and perceive as well. Investigate rather.
A 10.
A 10
an 8. Fuck.
And an 8. No, neither of you can work out where this is coming from. It happens very quickly. It's like a and then you're caught before you can even react properly, and bang.
Okay, can I, based on the body, can I tell what it looks like? What ate the reindeer or killed the reindeer?
Yeah, give me a nature check, I guess.
19.
This looks like it was eaten by a wolf, you would say, and a big one. Maybe multiple wolves look like they ate this. And again, it's kind of hard to determine when, but yeah, these look like big dog bite marks. Very, very kind of easy to pick up on for somebody like you.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to this. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like not speaking to anyone in particular, but absent-mindedly out loud, just saying, "Wolves don't have webs."
Well, why?
Yeah.
Why do you say
Spider.
wolf?
Look at those bite marks. That's some sort of a big dog or something did that.
You would know.
Using webs in this room.
I don't see anything in here.
Brad, is there anything I could like a size of a stone or a pebble or something to pick up that I could throw around?
I'd say yeah, you can easily find like a piece of ice or something like that.
I want like and like the Lord of the Rings where they're just chucking stuff into the pond with the Watcher in it. I just want to start just chucking stuff up at the roof, just absentmindedly like a jackass.
Yeah, give me just give me a sleight of hand check. Just something dex based. Sleight of hand will work.
that's my strength right there, dex.
17.
Damn, 17.
You you launch some rocks or some ice cubes kind of thing at the roof, and just ding 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 ding, they just land randomly.
I'm just doing that.
I'm gonna start to play around in this hay bale here. You said there was like a layer of ice over them, right? But like, if I interact with it, what happens?
Pretty easy to like smash through the ice and the hay, and you can get in the hay.
Pull it out. Anything?
Hay, cold hay. For sure, placed for food.
Is it blandly?
Nothing hiding in here.
There's no bland, really boring, two-dimensional characters sitting in there with a little dagger on their hand.
Nothing hidden in the hay, or at least in the
What's
one
that?
Walter's in.
What's the brown barrel-looking thing next to the dead reindeer?
Just a water barrel. Like if you walk in here, I think like most of you would be familiar with horses and shit. They just have hay and a barrel for water for drinking from. That looks like.
Put some hay in the trough.
Put some hay in the trough, yeah.
I'm just gonna start like, I don't know, maybe this does something. Maybe something comes back to eat the hay, like a really big horse.
Is there anything preventing us from going up right now? Is there the ice block as usual?
Yeah,
There is an ice block.
So it's like, well, oh well.
All right, someone's got to be the piggy or the guinea pig here.
I have a better
what do you
idea.
mean?
Burn all this hay.
Burn it?
Okay.
Burn it, Walter.
I'm
gonna
still
firebolt
convinced. I'm
into
still
the hay.
convinced there's a spider hiding in here, and if it's
Well,
not on the ceiling, it must be in
Checking,
here.
it's not in here. I'm gonna just firebolt. Just okay. To the one in front of me.
Sure. Yeah, give me an attack roll, just in case you truly fuck it up.
I'm gonna dive for cover because I know Walter.
17. Yeah, you firebolt this thing, and it ignites. The ice of the wall in front begins to melt. The wall here melts away, or begins to melt down. It thins very much like to a thin layer, and you can see out quite clearly now. You can also see through this wall that there's a lot of snow that appears to be falling from directly above in a kind of sheet, kind of like a very obvious fall of snow, like a waterfall of snow in front of this part.
Walter, burn the other ones.
Okay. And do another 2 attack rolls if I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 and 2. 17 and a 22.
The room heats up quite a lot. You're now in a burning room. It's ridiculous. And the heat melts the ice away from the eyrie here and allows you completely freely to look outside. And again, it does that weird thing where you get this strange vertigo where you're kind of up too high and then too low, and then you're kind of zooming in and out a little bit as you look away and blink a little too long. But you can see that you are above the train. You can see the 3 people that are on the train, the conductor and the 2 guys that work on the train, and behind you the sheet of ice melts away, but there is no gift.
What? We did it. Oh, we did it. Okay, we did it.
We can go.
But there's no box.
I don't.
It's getting kind of hot in here. We should maybe go.
I'm wondering if we missed something.
I don't think we did.
Does the barrel have water?
There's no water in the barrel.
But the ice is melted on the stairway, right?
The ice is melted on the stairway. The ice is melting on the walls. The floor is melting away. The ice on the eyrie openings is melted away.
Okay.
Can I press
What about the other 3 walls behind us? If you look, this room has 6 sides to it, but only 3 are melted.
But we can go up the stairs.
The eyrie
Yeah, but
is I think you'd probably notice that it would have been open plan before this. The marble walls behind you remain. The ice melts off of those marble walls, but they're walls, and then there's like 3.
So there's like pillars,
openings, yeah,
and then an opening. Okay.
and you can see out over like Dust Vale. It looks crazy, and there's a lot of snow coming down on the central part.
Can I cast prestidigitation a fuck ton of times to put out these fires?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go to work on them.
You just sit
starting
and
up at the top one
slowly-
here. I'm just gonna start to like just giant gusts of air to over and over.
You do that, and you put them out
All
one
right.
by one.
Slowly,
Slowly, the ice
the
begins
hay
to
will
creep
burn
in.
itself out. You don't need to bother with that.
Right, but the tower's made of ice. What do we do now, Raja?
If we melt the whole tower, then our problem is solved, is it not?
I'm just like at a point to how high we are up. Like, no, I don't think so.
No.
Auden's gonna walk up to the deer like 7-8 feet away, just outside of where people kept getting caught, and just read the deer its last rites, just quietly to himself.
Okay.
Okay, listen. What if I walk over to the deer again, and you guys pay attention and see where this web thing is coming from? 'Cause
No,
I'm not leaving until we kill this spider.
I'm going upstairs. I'm climbing the stairs.
I'm grabbing Walter and throwing him onto the
Already
reindeer.
like 4 stairs up.
I'm
You
gonna
throw him
try
onto
and
the
catch
reindeer?
Walter and throw him
Alright.
onto the reindeer.
I am resisting, but it's probably gonna go terribly. So
Contested. Dex from
9.
acrobatics.
I did
or
athletics.
Athletics.
Nine.
So you do contested
Familiar
athletics.
size.
checks.
11.
He grabs you
9.
and throws you on the reindeer. As
No,
you
watch out.
as you are launched at the reindeer, there is a and you're caught in a web again.
Okay, now can I this time see where that as I'm watching as I'm actively watching for it, can I tell where it came from?
Whoever is actively watching, give me perception checks.
Okay.
24.
Do I take cold damage again?
23.
21.
21.
1d6 cold
You-
damage.
You take. Oh yeah, sorry. 1d6 cold damage, indeed.
4.
4. You, all 3 of you see that this ice web shoots from the stairwell itself. It comes out from right behind you and catches him. It's very direct and very precise, and it comes from slightly up towards the roof and gets him, and he falls over.
So like it's in the stairs that we were on, or it's above like this.
if
So it's on like the underside of the upward
If you
stair.
imagine there's a pillar in the center of the stairwell.
Yeah.
The stairs go up one way, down the other, and they flatten out for a way for you to access both those sides. There's the pillar in the center is where it comes from above where you guys are.
Uh-huh.
You can see something up there. Now that you look, you can see there's a little tube that's sticking out from the stairwell, a little metal tube.
Someone find a spider.
Yeah, I'm going to approach it, but I'm going to like move to an angle where I can't get shot in the face by it.
What are you
I think
doing?
it's just
If
a
there's a
trap.
fight, can you at least free me? It's
I
really
think it's just a trap.
And I'm going to look at. I'm just going to look at it without
What
touching.
is it?
Like I'm going to walk up to the stairs,
What is it?
but not touch it, but just like stay out of the way. Can I tell what it is? It's just like a tube.
It just
A
looks like a
hole?
little metal tube that's sticking out, like a blow dart tube kind of thing, but it's sticking out of the top of the stair. But it's pointed towards that area where the reindeer is.
Show us some of that.
Is there any of the hay left, or did it all get burnt up?
There's probably some charred bits. There's probably some left though. There was a decent amount of hay.
I'm gonna scoop up a handful of as much hay as I can, and I'm gonna swirl it around in the blood and stains on the floor, and mix it with whatever I can get. Muck it up as much as possible.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna walk back over with this big handful and jam it into the tube.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. I think quite easily.
Just jam it full of this crap.
Yeah.
There we go. Problem solved. And then I'll walk over and try to cut Walter loose.
Yeah, I think as you get close to Walter, there's a from the tube. Like maybe a few bits of hay fall out, but it's clearly and you can cut him free very easily.
Oh, thanks. Why'd you leave me in there for so long? God.
Sorry, sometimes you are more useful as bait.
Ow.
And then I'm going. It's coming from this, and I'm going to point at the thing now so everyone can see it.
Oh, it wasn't a spider? Okay, that's...
No, it's a trap, a mechanical trap.
Still
Trigger
hurts.
when you- Okay.
Ow.
Well,
Was it-
maybe I
well,
better peek up
why-
and make sure.
Why was it guarding the body, though? I wonder if maybe there's something inside the reindeer.
Flip it over.
Check the body now that we can actually get to it. Maybe look underneath it.
Can we drag it? We should grab it by the antlers.
What? I'm just gonna. I'm gonna
Lax
complete.
does not want to get bloody.
I'm gonna completely disregard what she said and just like. I'm gonna check under the body, inside the body, all around the body, reach way up in there and
Oh
see
my god.
see what's going on with this body.
Sure. Roll me a d10.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
A 7.
My
I'm done.
Inside the reindeer is a brazier of commanding fire elements.
Bro, we're bringing 3 fire elementals to this fight. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
3 fire elementals.
God damn.
Is that from inside the...
Yes.
Walter's like running up right now to reach inside.
Just pulls it out.
Wow, we have matching braziers.
I hope that. I hope Brad is ready for the rest of every Dust Vale related thing we ever do to balance every combat encounter to include 3 fire elementals on our
You're an
side.
army now. You're a literal army. It's ridiculous. That's it though. There is nothing else.
There's nothing else in there as Walter reaches in.
Nope.
I think now my hands are all bloody. That's gross.
Would you please get away from it? I'm trying to read its last rites.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Hallowed be thy name. Shut up! Jesus. Fuck, whatever. Done. You find your own way to your thing.
Let's head on up. Can't be too many.
Stomps up upstairs.
You heading upstairs?
Yep.
Sure. As you guys head up to the next floor, you step into an area where Krampus stands. You see him now. And
Can
he's
we just
quite
tell him to
big.
kneel and get this over with?
You see him standing at the the room is identical to the one below, except that there's no reindeer, no hay, there's no ice blocking the way. He is standing at the edge of the eyrie, looking out over Dust Vale, and from up here you can see that it remains the same kind of elevation. You'd estimate that you're maybe 5-6 stories up. He is standing there, and in one hand he has I'll give you an image of him too.
Is it a brazier of fire elemental control?
You see this?
Oh my god!
Creature here. He's a. You can't see his face, but you've seen his face before. He's a pig-nosed looking demon with black eyes that have a red pupil and an icy beard with many large kind of blue horns that stretch down over his back, and he's got a set of pink fleshy wings that kind of rest behind him.
That's cool.
He's maybe about 12 feet tall, though relatively humanoid looking. He's got a sort of an orcish face, but his skin is sort of pig pink. In one hand he's grasping an oaken staff, and he's shaking it out of the eyrie, and from it is all of this ice and snow that's kind of rushing out of the end of it and sort of falling down the side of the tower. In another hand he holds a lantern which is casting a blue firelight into the glow into the room, similar to the light that you've seen throughout the tower. And oddly, he's draped in a very strange red cloak with like fluffed white fur, white trim that runs down his kind of old-looking bent body. Next to him is a creature that begins to growl as soon as you walk up onto the floor. He has a winter wolf next to him. And as you guys step up onto this floor, the creature turns, and he was sat, and he turns and his hackles kind of come up. Let me just throw your characters on.
Hiding my hands.
To the sheet. 1 second. Raja.
Mickey Jr.
And you see him. He suddenly turns to you and says, "Ah! You have made it all the way to the top, but it is too late. You will not take my things from me. Any more things from me."
We didn't even come here to take your things. We need to stop freezing the whole country.
You
can't do that.
Many of my things. Give me my braziers back.
We'll give you them back if you stop freezing the country.
Those are my hats. Give me my hats back.
If we give you this stuff back, will you stop icing over our continent?
I don't want to give it back.
Yeah, neither do I.
He says,
he needs to stop with the snow.
give me a persuasion check.
Oh.
Hold on, let me roll it so it will fail.
I have a plus.
Hold on, I got this. I got a plus.
One that suggested this here.
I got a +0 on persuasion. Oh!
A natural 20.
Nat 20.
As,
I'm not even gonna bother rolling, maybe.
Krampus looks over to where you are, looks at all
Does
the
it-
items. What? Are you
I
doing
just wanted to see
something?
if it would also roll in that 20.
Yeah, I kind of want to see now.
He looks at you. He looks at the items that you got as gifts, and he says, "Yes, I will do this."
Can I roll an insight check?
Oh, you
Yeah,
can have them after.
What
After we beat him up and take more of his
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hey, creep.
What?
I know a great place for you to go and take over. It's a place called Lacren.
That
You
is
just
the
have
name of
to,
the entire planet.
Yeah, we're on the Kryn. That's the
Just
world.
leave Dust Vale. Dust Vale has to be like Australia. It doesn't exist. You just leave it alone, kind of a deal.
but no, that's
but
not how it works.
Dust Vale is on
Vale is
Lacren. We're
within
part-
the Kryn.
No, that's what I mean. Leave Dust Vale alone. Let
Is
it be
that my
sand
coal?
and desert, and just take over everyone
Where
else.
did you get
yeah, you
my
want the coal?
special coal?
I thought you'd throw it to him. I just have it.
Yes, you give it back. Good.
Yeah. Okay, now stop.
Okay, now hold on. We'll give you the stuff back, but first you end this ice spell that's freezing our continent.
Yeah.
The alternative is that we kill you, and that seems really, overbearing.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, Raja rolled one as well. 17 and a 19 from you two. It's kind of hard to work out whether he's telling the truth, but he seems kind of truthful. Raja, you're aware that demons and devils are different. Demons are generally, they kind of generally hold to their word when they say they'll do something. They're more true to it. They're less chaotic. They're more lawful. So he seems like he's responsive to, and he is looking covetously at all of your items. He says, you have to give me all of them back and a gift, and I will stop.
But you took all of our stuff.
Yeah, you gotta give. We can't give you a gift unless you give our
Now,
stuff back.
How can we give you a gift when you've stolen all of our stuff to begin with?
You
I don't
have
even
some
have my
nice
bag.
things. He has a nice sword. He has a very nice gun. I like it. She's
I have-
got a bow.
You can't have it.
I have better things in my pack.
You
I'll
have
tell
some
you
nice
what.
spells. Give me your spells.
I can't even do that if I wanted to.
What? No.
We. I'll tell you what. In the spirit of giving, we will give you your life. You can leave because
Yeah.
we were sent here to kill you.
That's a really good gift.
Give me a intimidation check.
If I get another nat 20, I got a 2 this time.
A 2. He looks and says, "You are mortal. You cannot kill one such as me."
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often I hear that.
One of us.
Question: If you're immortal, can you be killed by another immortal?
I do not know these answers to. It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
sorry. Continue.
So, in other words, you're not even sure.
You are lesser than me. This is my new
Question
kingdom.
as well, Mr. Krampus, sir.
What?
Do you like rings? I have a really nice ring.
What are you saying, witch?
A ring.
Show me this ring.
You have it.
What?
Oh yeah, you have
You
our
took it.
stuff.
Where is it?
Well, we don't know.
It's
Hold him
wherever you
upside
put-
down and
Well,
shake
give,
him.
give our stuff
It's,
back and all.
it's wherever you put the rest of our stolen goods.
Yeah.
Oh, they are not stolen. They are my gifts that I give myself when you come here.
That doesn't make any sense.
It is the spirit of Krampus. This is what happens. I take what I want, do I not?
No.
No,
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's opposite though.
it's
What?
it's
You have to
it
give
works
us
differently like that on Dust Vale.
I already have the ring. You cannot give a gift to Krampus that Krampus already owns ring.
Okay,
Well,
wait.
you want to take the
Wait,
gifts
you
back that you gave us.
Your
What
hat's
gifts?
back.
I give you no gifts. You steal from me in my own house.
Well, they were in a present box.
They
me
were
the
wrapped
hats.
up in holiday boxes.
You steal from them. You steal from my box of holding.
What? You know that in our culture, those brightly colored boxes and ribbons means it's a gift, right?
Yes?
Yeah, you gave it to us.
So why would you put it in a gift box if you didn't want us to take it?
It's my box of holding. It's
Well,
what
I
it
mean,
looks
technically,
like.
you pulled that last one out of a dead deer, so
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
it wasn't really dressed up or
You can
no
take all
pretty
of our
bow.
stuff. And you need to leave.
Yeah. All right, then we gotta
just-
kill him.
Yeah, Lash.
Okay.
You just see her getting like real mad. He's got my ring of invisibility. I'm pretty pissed.
I feel like in the spirit of Krampus, you have the spirit of Arden too, which you worship me as a god, as I deserve. This is a wonderful spirit, and you're not worshiping me, and I feel like...
Hey, Krampus, can I come and join your team?
Well, I mean,
I knew it.
it's the spirit of Arden. You still have to worship me, Callias.
Oh man, I'm just.
You
Just
already
saying.
vote for me. I am
That's
your
next
new
week.
emperor. You're on my
Hey,
team.
can you're able to do the drug thing I really like that makes me really fast and
Yeah.
can
You
you do
mean-
that now?
Swift pat on the ass or something.
I'm gonna
Oh,
twin.
but before it all goes to crap, I want to target him with my Slayer's Eye.
Yeah, I'm
twin
raising-
spelling. I'm twin
I'm raising
hasting on them
some-
both.
I'm gonna. But as soon as I hear him start saying that, I want to at least size the guy up before this starts and
Okay.
figure out what I'm looking at.
I've already knocked a.
I shall give them haste.
This is look. Do we really? I suppose we probably
Nope,
all know
Roger.
how this ends.
So
Am I hasted now?
I give you a little
become hasted.
booster
You
shots
cast
in your
that.
blood.
Hey, that is my spell. How did you take my spells back?
No, it's mine.
What does Slayer's Eye give you? Does it give you any bullshit on demons?
No, just the usual. Well, I'm mainly doing it because I want the advantage on saving throws if he does something back to me. That's the main reason I'm casting it. Other than that, it just tells me weaknesses and special effects and all that.
He is resistant to acid, immune to cold. He has magic resistance, and he looks pretty tough. He also has a winter wolf.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
No special effects like fire halts regeneration or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay. Listen, Krampus, I don't. This. Actually, I want to talk to him in. Actually, I haven't had a chance to practice this in a while. I'm gonna speak to him in Abyssal, like
Ooh.
the demon tongue,
Yeah.
and I'll just see if I can get through to him that way and say, look. This need not end in blood. We'll return your items in exchange. You end this frozen spell and you leave. Otherwise, you're going to find out mortals are much more capable than you think.
And
He's-
immortals.
He speaks
Our
back
lives
to
is
you.
now like just kind of shaking. He's like,
But he's shaking super fast, like he's blurring in and out because he's so fucking hasted. He speaks back to you in Abyssal and says,
You speak our tongue very well for a mortal. I agree to your terms.
God, I really want Arden just to attack him right now to fuck it all up.
I mean, you
That's what
could.
he's-
What did he say? What did he say, Raja?
He says he agrees. We give him the 2 hats and the 3 braziers and the coal, and he'll leave and end his spell.
Give
What
us-
about our stuff?
give us our stuff
Gives
back.
our stuff back.
Oh, yeah. You have to give our stuff. Yeah. Back to him in Abyssal. To clarify, this means you return our belongings, and we will return yours.
You give me one gift from your belongings that is of worth, and I will allow it.
He says we have to give him 1 item.
Well, if he'll get out of here.
If he'll
fine.
leave, then yeah. Make sure to sign
What?
it.
What? Okay. What do we have of value to give him?
I could
Crosses
give him
his
my
arms.
citrine.
What? We don't know what we have.
My
Can we have our
linen.
things back? At least
Well,
one
no.
pack?
Yeah. Out of our belongings, we give him 1 thing, and he'll leave.
I mean,
We've-
he's had the pleasure of my company for at least like 30 minutes now.
That's
should
it, normally Arden. We're all okay with that, but he doesn't. He hasn't really gotten to know you yet.
I can teach him.
We have a broom that can fly.
I
Tell
can
you what,
fly. He stretches his
I'm gonna
horrible
I'll
giant
pull out
wings
the,
out.
Oh, I guess I can't pull the thing out because I
Yeah.
don't have my stuff back.
What? Yeah, but
Um,
still, it's a broom that can fly.
This is not good enough.
are we really trying to make a deal with a demon? Come on now. Bang, bang.
Demons are notoriously, well, trustworthy. Ironically, more so than men. They stick to their
I am very
contracts.
trustworthy.
What about I have a
At least when a
an
demon
eye.
signs a contract, they sign it in blood and they're held to it. Humans
All
will
right,
just
did you
lie
read
to
the-
your face.
You read the small print.
Well, we can make the small print. It was a.
I have not got time to write you a contract. I will shake on it.
All right, I'll take off the hat and I'll pull out the brazier and say, I'll give you these back. You give back my bag with all of my other stuff in it and all of our spells back. We'll give you these 3 braziers, the 2 hats, the lump of coal, and tell you what, I'll throw in the Tome of Understanding that I have. It's an extremely rare book.
Very
Only
rare.
one like it in the world.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. If I get another nat 20, I'm gonna laugh.
I'm gonna fucking cry.
19!
He clicks his fingers, and in front of you, the box appears. He says, "Yes, I found this book."
All right, deal.
Throw the book
I'll-
into the box.
We should all shake first.
I can't shake.
Like,
probably be
I'm
very
gonna
cold.
extend my hand and walk about.
Whoa.
The
He needs to
wolf-
give our stuff before we can even,
The wolf
give.
growls like crazy.
Okay, never mind. I'm saying, you come to me. Come to us.
No. You show me
Well,
this
that-
book.
Okay, so this box that appeared when I open it, I'll just walk up and open it. Is this all of our stuff inside?
The book is there.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull the book out and say this. It's the only one like it, and I'll hand it to him.
Yes, I like it. Okay, you put these hats in the box.
Well, what about our stuff?
You could get your stuff back after you give me the hats.
Okay.
We trade at the same time.
And the
You put our
braziers.
Yeah. Make our stuff appear over there, and I'm gonna like point to the wall.
Tell you
and
what,
then we'll put it in.
Yeah, I'll take the hat and the brazier off, and I'll put them on. I'll walk over to where are we on here? I'll walk over here to the left side of the room, and I'll put the stuff down. It's like here. I'll put all of your stuff here. You put our stuff over there. We trade, and then we go our separate ways. And you stop freezing the continent like you said.
I agree to your terms.
Okay. So I'll put the 2 mystic items on the floor there, and then walk back.
Walter's gonna walk over, put down the brazier, but I'm gonna stay like here.
I'm being blue balled so bad right now.
Hey, it's okay.
I mean, at any given moment, the rest of you could attack him. Raja's actually not the violent sort.
I don't know what this is, but this looks like a pile of junk that I'm just going to put on the map. It could be anything in there, but whatever.
There you go, that's our stuff.
All the junk is there. He clicks his fingers, and all of your stuff overflows out of this box. It appears on the other side in front of this box, kind of thing.
Walter's running over. I'm grabbing my bag then.
Okay.
I'll grab mine and look for my ring.
All of your stuff is there. He says, Krampus says, "You have given me 3 bracelets, 2 hats, and a lump of coal?"
Yeah.
And the book?
Elias.
And the book?
Like, I'm looking at Carlias.
He's already getting it.
Oh, he did he? Okay.
That so quick.
He says, "Okay. I agree to these terms." He clicks his fingers, and the stuff that you offered him vanishes. The stuff on the other side of the room, along with the box. You can guesstimate that your stuff is all there. He says, "Come, Bigglesby," and clicks his fingers. The dog, the wolf, runs and jumps into the box as well, and shrinks into the box. The box disappears, and Krampus says, "Fine then, I leave you for now."
I'll say farewell in Abyssal.
Thank you.
Auf Wiedersehen, he says in Abyssal back, and says, until
Abyssal, aka German.
He says, until next year. Opens his wings and jumps out of the eyrie. And just...
As he's jumping out, then I guess back to him in Abyssal. See you next year, I guess.
So once he's gone, I look over to Raja and I just,
that book wasn't useful anymore, correct?
Correct.
You already used it.
So you regifted him.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to make sure he's like out of earshot first, and then the tome that I gave him, the magic on it has already been consumed. It's a fairly useless book.
You're a
Still
dick.
special.
As these are talking and he flies out, I'm running over and I just start shooting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean,
What
you
are
look, you look out of the
I'm
area.
just
Give me a
expending bullets.
give me
I'm
a
just-
give me a perception check.
Oh, he's just letting the rage off. Just fanning the hammer.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, you look out. He's gone, but you can fire your weapon a few times.
Yeah, it's bless all of them.
We better get to
him. What?
the train.
Okay. Wow, that
Oh, well, I'm hoping those bullets may have hit a dragon. I don't know.
those balls are really awesome. We should have kept those.
Well, the hat that lets you be anywhere would have honestly been kind of nice, but yeah,
We still
seemed
get those boots.
he seemed harmless enough. Be ashamed to kill him.
Yeah, the flying boots.
Yeah, until next year.
I just Arden in his mind. He seems nice enough. I just think of all the dwarves and people that are just dead.
Yeah, we'll be here next year.
Well, whatever.
Oh yeah. The
Nothing of
dwarves.
value was lost.
Well, maybe now that the tower is thawing out, maybe the dwarfs downstairs will thaw out too. I totally forgot to ask about them.
They're dead.
Kind of melted his hand.
The tower does begin to thaw out. The
Let's quickly descend before this whole thing comes down under us.
Yeah.
However, the ice melts off of the marble. It doesn't necessarily melt away the marble itself. You notice that the ice very quickly begins to melt. All the snow around the edge of the tower melts away. The snow has obviously stopped falling. And it very quickly, once this spell is stopped being cast from this staff of ice, the temperature raises here in Dust Vale pretty quickly. As you begin to descend the tower, you notice that the statues have all gone. The ice on the walls is gone, and the reindeer remains. The burnt hay remains. The pedestals are gone. The books are gone, and save for a few little bits and pieces that are no use whatsoever, the marble tower in the middle of the desert remains. On the bottom floor, as you get down there, you find 5 keys. Keys that seem to fit the lock of the big stone doors at the front. And you now own this tower by the law of Dust Vale in the land. If there is an abandoned property and you own the keys to it, then you are the sole owner of that property. So that's the rules. Rules are rules.
Corlias grabs his key and just runs up to the top floor.
You
Top one's mine.
you now own
The time-honored tradition of finders keepers is law in this land.
You now own a 4-story marble tower in the middle of the desert. I'll show you on the old map where you guys are.
Merry fucking Christmas. We're south of Shallow Scar.
You have a stronghold between Shallow Scar and Sin River. And congratulations, everybody. You've beaten this dungeon. You do have a couple of gifts, I guess. As you, yeah.
Can I just say that Lash is already offering to share her floor with Raja? There are only 4.
Sure. Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
Corlias takes the top floor and puts up fucking mounted dragon turrets just in case the wave comes anywhere near.
Oh, he's watching. He's
Oh, I
waiting.
see him in the distance. You told.
He's got that sniper already. Just
Your main gift is this tower. You own a marble tower with several floors, 2 eyries, and decent marble. The floor isn't ice, it's all marble and nicely made. It for sure probably once belonged to maybe Santa Claus and his reindeers, and they used to fly out from the top, but not anymore. Okay? It's a marble tower in the middle of the desert, and it belongs to your group, which don't have a name. This group, the band of what was the guy's name that did nothing? Because that is what you guys do.
Arden.
I meant from Sailor Moon. What was his name?
that whole
the
cast.
mask guy.
is he just called the mask or something?
The black mask.
Tuxedo mask.
Tuxedo mask.
Tuxedo mask. Yeah, tuxedo mask.
We always just show up and
That is so.
I saved the day. Like that.
Yeah.
But you didn't do anything. I
My
know.
work here is done. Gone. So I think we get a final quick wrap up here as you guys settle down in the tower. You go and speak to the gnome, and maybe you go with him to go and buy some things, purchase some things like beds and furnishings, tables and stuff like that. The next few days you begin traveling back and forth between Sin River and Shallow Scar. Maybe not Sin River yet, actually, because you haven't dealt with that business with Oid.
Yeah,
Shallow
there's
Scar-
still a dragon there that wants to kill us.
there's still some business with Oid to be dealt with. So maybe you just go buy all your stuff from Shallow Scar and back and forth on the train. Would have been nice to have a helm of teleportation here. As you begin to furnish this thing, maybe Raja and Lash buy a double bed instead of everyone else with their furnishing each of their floors. Who knows?
Whoa, this is moving real fast.
Yes, it is. Okay. You did this because as soon as she turned into a halfling, you were like, "She's my type now." and then the ship sailed and everyone wanted the ship to keep afloat. So.
Also, Arden wants the bottom floor, so everybody has to like talk to him when they come home.
Absolutely, yeah. Every now and then you like
He's
step
always
onto the
in
bottom
some-
floor and he is the bottom floor. And he's just hi.
Have you guys seen Orville?
Poses.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's great.
There's a floor where Carlias is like hanging guns on the repeater rifle on a nice thing on
Is
the
there
wall.
a basement that Walter can take?
There's not a basement.
We could dig one.
We could
We're
carve
building a
one
could
out,
basement.
make
We're
man.
carving a
one.
huge ass basement for Walter.
For you to train T-Rexes.
Go find a.
We haven't done that in, like,
T-Rex.
30
Yeah.
years.
Oh, by the way, in this tower, if you were gonna do a T-Rex polymorph, it was only reindeer. You can only polymorph into reindeer during this episode.
I'm really glad I didn't take. Like I was thinking about it as we got to the third floor. I was like, oh man, I didn't take polymorph. But I was thinking like, yeah, Brad was so pissed about that. He would have fucking like.
I prepared everything. I prepared. The thing is, I was like, well, how can I make it kind of fun and just not have it because they're so broken. And I was like, I know, I'll do the Final Fantasy VIII Ultima Seer castle and just remove everything from them, and then whatever they do, they're in a magical fucking tower that belongs to someone else anyway. So I can just bullshit them.
T-Rex sized reindeer.
Yeah, it was
So what else about
big-
Raj Lias?
big thing.
Raj Lias.
Raj Lias, the ship has sailed.
They're just gonna be shooting guns out of the window.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to intrude on you and Miami's relationship.
Taking
though.
pot shots at fucking
No.
keratins as they fly over the mountains.
Can he have a scope where he can actually spy south
Miami Blossom.
on Miami Blossom?
Well,
It, like
Miami,
sees perfectly into his
Miami
tower.
Blossom is actually in the north. He's in Clear
Yeah,
Peaks
he went
Port.
north.
He's in Clear Peaks
Oh, yeah,
Port
Clear
with
Peaks, right?
Vasilius.
Is he even alive?
Oh,
This is the
yeah.
thing.
We
There
smell
is,
him.
there is.
Vasilius is an old man, or Vasilius is an old
pretty
man
old
now, though,
now,
because
yeah.
there was a 30-year.
Yeah.
After the 30 years skip, both Vasilius and Miami are in their 50s now, or something like that.
But Miami is an elf, so he
Oh,
30
gotcha.
years is nothing to him. I will put
How
it
long
this
did-
way.
How long
Yeah,
do tieflings last?
They're normal, I think. I think they have human
Depends on
years.
their experience.
Okay, yeah. So like Vasilius is like 62 now.
There is.
He's probably like a level 15 warlock by now. It's had all this time.
There is the possibility of a Vasilius one-shot, which takes place during the 30 years that you guys were in nowhere land. There is the possibility of sorting out that business with Oid.
Yes.
There is the possibility of heading to Deadrise, for it remains haunted, and there is, of course, this strange curse that Walter has going on, which presumably he got from Deadrise, and there's those boots of levitation that Lash doesn't need anymore, but still wants. There is some business with Miami Blossom that is also a one-shot that could still happen, and there is also only unlockable after completing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a guess. It's like you've been gone for 30 years. Where the hell was you? You never came. Where'd you go?
We never called him back.
Listen, I'll put it.
That's like Elias is like looking out. Like I swear, if he shows up, I'm out. I'm running.
I'll give
I'm
you.
gone.
I'll give you a clue. Miami Blossom is due to get married to a terrible merchant at the behest of his family, but not if Carlias can stop the wedding in time.
Gotta stop that.
I just want Carlias to kick open a
Can
door
we like
in a
put
church.
up a fucking Patreon goal for that or some shit? That sounds hilarious.
That could be our Valentine's Day episode.
The Valentine's Day episode is Miami Blossom. The Halloween episode is Dead Rise. Once you've unlocked and completed each of the epilogues, there is the Raja Sails to Alexandria episode to close it out, because Raja always wanted to go to Alexandria, which is the home of the humans, essentially.
Where they have rain, right?
Where they were?
Where they have rain?
Where they have rain.
Where they have rain.
Yeah, they have normal weather.
They have normal weather in the.
You're always
in
talking
the
about rain,
center.
yeah.
So
Raja does want to go see rain once before he dies.
This was
Correct.
awesome. Thank you, Brad.
So these were the ones that I planned out at the end when we spoke after we finished the original campaign. We spoke about some of the things that were overhanging, and we discussed whether we should go and do those things. I do also have a Metal Gear Solid kind of one that I wrote for Twin Gate, because I rumored a Metal Gear somewhere, but then you did fight a Metal Gear, so I wrote it off. But I wrote some stuff that I kind of thought would make for like good one-shots.
Yeah.
And this wasn't one of them, but then when I came to do this, I thought it might be cool to do something that was kind of themed around winter, because I thought it'd be interesting to see what would happen if snow landed on Dust Vale, and you guys are the only ones that could do it. But now, for now, you guys are settling down in this tower. You have your own little stronghold that you can do downtime things in. But until next time, this is farewell from the Dust Vale crew. We might see you again, we might not. I don't make promises anymore. we might show up one day on this screen again, or maybe we won't. We just have the flash forward to Raja on a boat looking up at some rain. Thanks very much, players, for playing. Happy holidays, everyone watching. And we'll do a round of shout-outs here for all of our wonderful players, starting with Tuesday Gray.
Hi guys, I am Tuesday Gray. You can find me at /Tuesday Gray on Twitch and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. This was a blast. Thank you, Brad, for DMing. It was super awesome. Guys, thanks for being here. Follow this channel and get in the Discord and go check out the Patreon.
Got to retire this Discord again. Retired the Dust Vale Discord and then brought it back and posted a picture of some snow on some sand, and everyone was like, oh my god, season 2. And I was like, oh fuck, everyone's gonna think it's season 2. No. Connor Kronos, we mine.
I am not going to promote myself, but I will say you definitely should tune into Ragtags. I'm no longer with the group for short term. Just a lot of stuff going IRL. And going into the holiday season, I think a lot of you guys that watch me have noticed I haven't streamed in a while, and but I will be back just as soon as things settle down.
Well, thanks for showing up today, and reclaiming some old memories with us. We'll see you on some other show at some point, I'm sure. You enjoy your rest over the holidays, Mr. HJ Tenchi. Where can people find you?
Every day, HJ Tenchi on the Twitch, on the Twitters, all the stuff, just like everybody else. 1 to 9 p.m. PST. Lately, we've been in noon to 8, so an hour early, hour end, just to see if that's a little easier for the Europeans, because I know everyone here in America, our schedules suck for you guys over there. So, yeah. And Brad, you and I still need to play some random game randomly.
Absolutely.
So again.
Yeah, 100%.
Did you ever get Call of Duty 4, the Black Ops?
Yeah, I play it quite a lot, but I play it on my PlayStation, but I have it on PC, and we'll play.
I haven't played it yet, so yeah, let's do that one of these
We'll
days.
do some Blackout because it's really good.
I hear that's good.
It's PUBG and it works. That's what it is. Really. It's really good. It's just,
a working
it's,
PUBG.
It's really good. It's just PUBG that works well, and it's fun for streaming. Yeah. Yes, there you go.
Good.
Follow HJ Tenchi because I will not appear on my own channel. Unless everyone here has followed and subscribed to HJ Tenchi.
They're just spamming season 2. Season 2 is the epilogue,
season
guys.
2. Season 2. We don't care if it kills Brad. Mr. Fella Excalibur, where can people find you?
You can find me mostly all day, every day at twitch.tv/fairlight_Excalibur, doing my thing. finding as many ways to break games as possible, including TNT.
Yeah,
and
true that.
Brad, I have to ask, if we hadn't talked our way out of it, how was that fight supposed to play out?
There's three ways you can defeat Krampus. One is to talk your way out of it, because that's honestly every single campaign I've ever run. I feel like that should be an option. You know, you should always have like that kind of way out. You can diplomacy your way out. But it wasn't one that I counted on. To fight him, I have him as a thing. He's pretty tough. There are some genie type based creatures in the monster manual. One of them is a Madrid or something, I think it's called, and it's an elemental based genie thing. I forget what it's called now, but I based him off of that. He's CR 11, which is pretty easy for you guys, because you were smashing the shit out of CR 13 things, but I figured you wouldn't have all of your stuff. He also has a Winter Wolf, and they're quite hard. I think he might be a CR 3. He has a Staff of Ice, and he does a big bullshit move which launches like kind of a gust of ice at you that does some damage, and also has the potential to freeze you in place, which would have made it really annoying to deal with. He has a lot of health. He had about 300 HP, and all of his resistances and things, and he has a couple of spells as well. So he's pretty beefy. He's got an AC of 17. 300 HP would have been rough, especially with the magic resistance. He also has the Winter Wolf, which would have been proving annoying. However, if you steal his lantern, you steal his staff, and you steal his coat off of his back, he just runs away. So, like, the clues that I was leaving, and if you had fought him, he was just going to be screeching, because he thinks you're just trying to steal things from him. He doesn't really think you can kill him, because you kind of can't. Like, even if you knock him down HP, he would have just melted and gone back to his plane. But he's just freaking out that you're going to steal all his stuff, because his whole thing is he's stealing. So he was just going to continually scream things like, I'll give your things back if you leave me alone, and stuff. And the clues were that if you take his 3 items from him, it would have been the quickest way to defeat him. So would have been interested to see how it went. We got to the point at the end where I was like, this is going to run over time if you fight him. So I'm glad that you diplomacied him, because we'd have been here all night.
As a player, I kind of wanted to fight him just because we haven't fought a demon for like pretty much the entire campaign. So it would have been the first time that I could actually like fully use all of Raj's like anti-demon stuff. And, I basically have advantage on or immunity to everything that he tries to do.
I wanted to make sure that we had a demon for that reason as well. But
oh, okay, cool. As a player, I wanted to see the fight, but like as far as staying in character, I feel like it was more realistic for Raj to just try and talk the guy into leaving, because I don't know, at the end of the day, Raja might be a killing machine, but he's still good-natured, and he probably wouldn't want to fight the guy unless he really had to.
Yeah, he's borderline a paladin, really, Raja. I feel like he's kind of like got the ranger stats, but in a way, he reminds me a lot of a paladin. Whenever I see things for paladin stuff, and I remember when I was putting stuff together when we were playing it in the main campaign, I was like, oh, that would be cool for the paladin. And I was like, he's not a paladin.
I was very close to multi-classing paladin during the campaign, and my backup character, in case Raja died again, was also a paladin to take his place. So I don't know. I think the next character I roll up is either got to be a paladin, or I want to do a bard whose instrument is stand-up comedy. That's that's my other option.
So what continent in Lacrina are we doing that one on?
Season 2.
Yeah.
Right. So he was supposed to be a pretty tough fight. Also, there was the option, depending on time, with the reindeer, the Winter Wolves potentially could have come out of the 3 Winter Wolves was another fight where they come out of the ice and walk out. But the reindeer was designed to just be Winter Wolf bait and food. But the main thing was the trap in that room. So I mean the whole dungeon is a little mini dungeon, and I took and twisted a few things from various places to make it, but
it was fun.
Hey, on the bright side, now you don't have to worry about factoring in 3 fire elementals into all of our previous encounters.
Yeah, when you started offering up the things, and like he was like, give me my stuff back, and you were like, we'll give you your stuff back if you stop and leave. I was like, I want to take that. I was like, yeah. Give me the persuasion. You were like, bam.
Please,
Yes,
roll.
I will take that deal. Thank you.
I'm gonna miss the teleporting hat. It would have been
The teleporting hat would have been good, and to be honest, having just fire elementals and just being like bam, bam, bam at the start of every combat would have been an awesome way to start almost every fight. But you got some good stuff already.
Imagine if we did it all in uniform. Like, we practiced this motion where all three of us just open the brazier and hold it out, and we're like the Power Rangers freaking go fire elementals.
You could have had fire elementals defending your little base here, like something out of Rust. Conan. Jay.
Hello.
Where can people find you? What's going on?
Tomorrow, Ragtags, 4 p.m. Hope you guys will be there. The party's in a dungeon right now, and it's pretty fucking brutal on them, actually. They've been slowly whittled down. So tune in tomorrow so I can kill Brad again. That's it. That's all. Also, I'm on Sector 49 on Mondays. So
Sector 49 Mondays.
To that as well.
Darkfire, which I run, is the main campaign that I'm running at the moment on a Tuesday. It's set in the same world as this one. Darkfire is set on a different continent. It's the continent of Thelmesia, which is the continent that seeded Dust Vale, weirdly enough. The capital city, the Crimson City, is based on Roseguard and all of their reds and stuff that they wear in Roseguard. And when they came over here, however many hundreds of years ago, they seeded this place and began a new continent. Darkfire is the one that I run in this same setting. It's set 1,000 years before any of this stuff. So
Eons ago.
Eons ago. They don't have any bearing on each other, but there are some Easter eggs in there for sure. So if you want to check out some more 5e that I run, then there's that. We'll be back with another one of these one day, I'm sure. It's just a matter of aligning all the stars for all of us, and I need to figure out how to set it up and run it, because otherwise, if I did this every few weeks, it'd kill me. Tomorrow is Ragtags, which I'm in. That'll be my 4th in a row show every day.
Oh my God.
And then I shall rest on Friday. So thank you very much, everybody that came along and watched. And thank you, players, for coming back out. It was wonderful to see you again. It was a lot of fun to just see you guys reprise these roles, because it was such a fucking dope campaign. And I'm glad that we get to potentially fuck about every little while. We'll just say.
Every little holiday.
Every holiday.
Join our Discord, guys.
Yeah, on Valentine's Day.
See you on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Peace out, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and following. Bye.
Until the next time.
Go!